Game over.
What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck this fucking? How did you so fucking fuck? Fuck! Game over, man. Game over. Wait a minute. There's things here. There's trees. There's rocks. There's birds. There's squirrels. Come on. We'll bless them all until we get verschnicken. Join me.
Just gone from suck to blow.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Stop it!
Coach, I've got AIDS.
Fuck off.
Some bullshit that happened somewhere today.
I'm a 50 terabyte self-evolving neural network double backflip off the high platform.
No. We're straight. Just marry.
Welcome. I apologize. I'm being a dog shit host, but I popped out the bowl and I thought it was cached and it wasn't, and now it's literally it's smoldering and leaving a little fucking smoke trail, and I'm trying to fix that before I flip it over. I'm sorry, I'm a piece of shit. Here we go. Hey everybody, how you doing? We got it. Oh man, I realized my hair was not great today when I did this a couple times this morning just to kind of keep it up, and I looked and it was like way up here, and I was like, holy Jesus. How was that drive, Johnny? Do you feel, do you have a smart vehicle now, or is it still dumb? Here's the thing. I don't know what my car had to learn in that 10-mile little jaunt that they say to take. Everything was fine. The car was totally fine. I started it. It ran like normal. My phone paired like it always does. It opened the garage door, no problem. Here's the one thing I didn't expect. It did kind of, it did sound better. Like it sounded like it was running more even. The engine sounded smoother. It seemed to kind of have a little more just oomph to itself, as opposed to like without hitting the pedal, it just had more go. Rusty Grammar, it's over, it's finished, you're terrible, the show is terrible, still gonna listen. All right, okay, Rusty. That's what you call a committed man right there. Maybe he should be committed. Oh, All right, so we just got to let people filter in for a couple minutes here, and then we'll get started. I already have everything loaded. I went out. I did my little jaunt in the car. Loved it. Love my car more than I did before, which is surprising because I'm pretty gay for my car right now in general. It's it's that color that I like, so it just looks sexy. And I'm always just like, oh, you dirty minx, and because I need to get a car wash. And then in general, it's just a very comfy car. I've owned a few vehicles in my time. This is by far my favorite. Chevy JB saying, wow, a Ford ran good. Chevy JB, I'll have you know that I have had I've had 3 Fords and 1 General Motors vehicle in my life. Do you want to guess which car I had the most problems with? I'll give you a hint. I didn't get 2 others in the same make. I had an 89 Grand Am that was a rust bucket full of problems from day one. Should we be chipping in a baby registry for you and your car, Bumble baby? I mean, I'm not going to knock up my car. One, where would I stick it? The tailpipes are way too big. The air nozzles are way too small. Where is a hole that's just right? I suppose technically one of the spark plug holes could do me. But then I got to climb on top of the thing and get the top off. It's just, oof, cigarette lighter. What am I, retarded? How am I going to get my legs over the center console? Wow, a Ford owner that can count and doesn't suck dick. Oh, fall in the grate. Oh. I've accepted the fact that, no, Rusty Grammar, that 89 Grand Am, that car died after I sank an unbelievably large amount of money into it. To its credit, to the car's credit, it did die because the tow truck driver was too dumb to turn off the car before towing it up the hill. But other than that, for an 89, that car was sharp. What? Don't get it hot first, says Fanatical Bucks fan. I mean, seriously. Gonna buy me a Mercury and cruise it up and down the road. I mean, you do what you want to do. I keep saying I mean. I'm a meme. All right, so yeah, I said before that I'm not gonna let them shake my my pride on the car. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna lose my faith in my car because my car has never given me a reason to doubt. Not once. Not once. Alrighty, so my first card was a fucking card. My first card was a Magic the Gathering card because I don't play baseball. That's for queers. My first card was a car. I did it again. My first car. Hi, asshole. How you doing? All right, so my first car. Thank you. My first car was a Ford Ranger. That was a fun ride. Second car was a was a 98 Ford Tempo GL 5-speed. Fucker only went to like 89 miles an hour. But hot damn if it wouldn't get there in the drop of a hat. I was really impressive off the line. If we never had to reach top end, I was your bitch, man. I'm bam. But then, you know, after you break the, as I like to call it, after you break the 88 mile an hour barrier and start achieving the ability to time travel, I have to let you go and apparently spill water on my shirt because I'm a big boy. Alrighty. Should have called my friends at All Care Towing 320-253-5203. Well, this was in Rochester, Minnesota at the time, so I don't know if they could have helped, but I mean, I appreciate that. Middle finger will have arthritis and be extended at all times. I don't understand. If I live past retirement age, I'm getting the biggest car I can find and driving it in the fast lane, 5 below the limit. Fanatical Bucks fan, black 89 Ford Escort hatchback with no tint and red interior. That was your first car? Again, I don't see what the problem is. It sounds like a lot of people drive Fords. Here's my guess. So many people drive Fords that plenty of them end up dead on the road. But spoiler alert, for a lot of cars, they end up dead on the road. It's just a matter of when. Hi, Johnny. I just came in. How did the car work? Yeah, we're not going to be answering this question 20 million times. It worked great. I should have titled the show Everything's Good. But then that would be misleading because the stories we're going to talk about, very not good. But yes, the car works great. The car runs fine. Everything was totally fine. The whole run the car for 10 miles thing seems like it was a complete waste of everybody's time. The only thing that I know for certain after all of this is I do need to get some more antifreeze because I'm at that fill line when I'm cold, and I'm like, yeah, we better get some more antifreeze, especially if the engine seems to be running smoother. It might be running a tinge warmer. I don't know. Better get that antifreeze. Sounds like a DEI hire tow truck driver. This was in, if I could rewind the time. This was back in, 2000... 2002? I mean, DEI wasn't really a thing back then. We were still in that golden age of, like, I guess racism wasn't over, but we were on the understanding that we were all kind of coming together as a society because black people were just people, white people were just people. And then weirdly, just before like 2008, it started becoming more and more a thing of like, yes, but do you see color? But do you respect the colors? But remember, they are people of color. And then all of a sudden, Whitey was the bad guy for everything. And then it became more, well, the white guy is the bad guy for everything. And the whole time, the charge in both cases was being led by white women. And I was just like, so wait a minute. So all the world is racist, but you guys are clear? I don't get how that works. That's why I never trusted it. I always thought it was goddamn stupid. Stock up with windshield solvent. No. Now it's the straight white male. Right? The gay ones are safe. They won't harm you. Unless you ask for it nicely, but they'll ask your safe word first because they're respectful. Every group's a special group except one group. It's weird. I guess that makes that one group special. It's the one special group that's not special. How many cars have you had? I've gone through 15, says Chevy JB. I've only gone through 4. I've gone through 4 vehicles. 4 fucking vehicles in my life. I had 2, and then I stopped driving for over 10 years, and then I got 2 more. So that's the way it went. I didn't get them both at the same time in both cases. It was one and then another, and then one and then another. How many times have you moved is a better question. Oh, fuck, that's a lot. All right, Jesus. Okay, so my parents were born in Worcester, Massachusetts, and so my family's technically from the east. My older brother and sister, I think, were born out there. I was born in Tomah, Wisconsin. So if we start from there, there to, I think it was North Winneshiek or whatever, Iowa. So boop, boop. And then from there, we went to Pine Island. So I went to Rochester. And then I moved to St. Cloud. So I've moved a total of 5 times in my life. Like, not counting, like, houses and things like that. Just literally, like, cities. Did you ever go to the NTPA tractor pulls in Toma? No, I only went to... Oh, fuck. Did I go to Toma for that? Or I went to Anoka. I don't know. I think I went to Anoka and there was a thing with Toma. I don't think I've actually been to Toma, Wisconsin, if I'm honest. I've never actually, I was just born there. Well, I mean, I've been there then, I guess, but the length of time escapes me. I was an infant. I could have been, and I could have moved several times as an infant. I don't know if I have the accurate count. How many times did my parents move me as a baby? I mean, they're literally just white trash blowing in the breeze up the alley of the Midwest, just kind of just moving around. Anoka hosts them during the county fair. Well, maybe that's it, because I have a hockey medal from Anoka. I have a hockey medal from a tournament in Anoka. I know that much. John Doe. Title of the show, My Car Works Great. Please don't ask again. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It'll be a way to kill time. Look at that. We killed a lot of time. We got the room kind of preloaded, which is great. Everybody seems to be filtered in. Good. Let's do the actual goddamn show. I mean, like, the actual show. Oh, wow.
What if you could see...
What if you could see every one of the... that are in your... What? Okay, I'm curious. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and pull the audio down for a second here, because we're going to press play on this and then skip the ad in a second, and then I'm going to flip it back over.
A transgender golfer just won a tournament aimed at, quote, elevating women's golf this weekend, and now is one step closer to winning or getting on the LPGA Tour.
Here's the only way this is fair. Don't let that asshole play from the women's tee. Don't let them play from the women's tee. Tournament? Fuck is that? Tournament? Yo, bro, we're gonna have tournaments. I mean, let's go back. Did he say tournament?
But this biological male is hitting back at critics, saying, quote, elevating women's golf. A transgender golfer just won a tournament aimed at, quote, elevating...
Yeah, he said tournament. It's a tournament. What did he tour? He tournament his ligament.
Women's golf this weekend, and now is one step closer to winning or getting on the LPGA Tour. But this biological male is hitting back at critics, saying, quote, it's crazy the amount of misinformed hatred I have received so far today. All these people think I hit it 300 yards or even 280 yards. How about 250 on a good day? While this win was amazing, unlike every article is saying, I am incredibly far from the LPGA Tour with a lot of work to be done to possibly earn my way there one day, end quote. Jack Brewer is the CEO of the Brewer Group and a former NFL player. Jack joins me now. Jack.
Again, my question again is, how are the people rate? You're spouting random numbers like they mean something to me, okay? Here's what you might as well be saying. You might as well be saying, when figuring out the trajectory at which a rocket needs to leave the Earth and reach another planet, it helps for increasing the velocity by using what's called spatial inertia, by which I mean once you have actually successfully decoupled from the planet's gravity, you can then use your own mass and the mass of the planet to slingshot you by riding around. See, you know how a lot of you probably just glazed over and started thinking about something to jerk it to, kind of like I did while I did that bit? Yeah, that's kind of what you're 300. Well, how about 250 on a good day? What are the ladies that are coming up behind you hitting? How close? How much of a competition is it? That's all I care about. Is it a fair competition? And that I ask.
Hey, laser lips! Your mama was a snowblower.
Thank you, Jesse. Sure, we'll go back to the video.
Isn't this golfer kind of missing the whole point? Their performance is sort of irrelevant. How far they can drive is irrelevant. The fact of the matter is, she calls it misinformed hatred to simply point out the biological differences between a man and a woman. What say you?
You talk about having an ego, right? An ego is when you're edging God.
You said ego, right? Again, sir. Thank you for the 100 bits. Should just make it a thing to check from now on. We're now 400 and I can't math. We're 350 bits away from a sticker party. That thing up there is sitting somewhere over there. If you click it and you throw it, it'll stick. If you click it, it'll stick it. And then boom. 350 more bits worth of stickers. They're free for a limited time. Everybody gets to go fucking nuts for a minute. All right, let's get back to this. This person again saying that misinformed hatred. I'm just saying, no offense, dude, but if you are not crushing it against these ladies in golf playing from a shorter tee, then that's really, really sad. Again, I need to know, and that's the part we're not talking about. What are the other people's numbers that they're putting up? I don't care if this person is hitting 250 on a good day. What's the person right behind them hitting? And yes, I do have to reload this story because Fox News pushed my page for me again because they're impatient and they like to sell more ads.
I work hard and I want my money to work hard too. So I use my Freedom Unlimited card.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is someone who bucks the trend. Oh. All right, that's being mean. I'm a horrible person. Sorry, that outlet and anger was not for that person or any people involved in that commercial. It was more really just aimed at the fact that I'm forced to sit through another commercial while I was covering a thing, and now I got to get back to the point of the thing in the story while I was doing a thing, and you guys ruined my bit.
Tournament aimed at, quote, elevating women's
tournament.
That takes more concentration, focus, and dedication than almost any sport.
All right, what's
You talk about having an ego.
All right,
An
that's
ego
it.
is when you're edging God out and you're thinking about self, and that's exactly what this man is doing. Not taking into account all the work of women who weren't born with the strength of the man. Women who work their entire lives in a sport that takes more concentration, focus, and dedication than almost any sport in the world. And so it's disgusting, and it's very hypocritical. It's hypocritical from people who claim that the world is against them, that claim that they're being hated on and being abused, when that's exactly what they're doing to so many that have worked so hard. I mean, it's disgusting as a professional athlete to even see that this is allowed. I mean, for leagues to allow this.
And dag nabbit, as I said already, it's against Jesus. He's ignoring Jesus in all of this. No offense, sir. I don't know if I consider, personally, I don't consider that one as big. Come on, guys. I just recued it and did everything. And you did it to me fucking again. I don't care about this shit. This isn't what we're doing today. You goddamn fucking dicks. Fuck. I was gonna make fun of that for a while, but maybe I should just ditch it. Screw this. I'm tired of fixing that. Man, I wish I had a pet eagle. That golfer only won because he used his own balls. Oh! Again, I really feel like when you get the advantage of having the shorter play stance and everything else, I mean, really, you've really got to be like, no, guys, I'm really not that great. I mean, I won first, but I'm not great at all. Like, yeah, dude, I don't know if you get that. That doesn't really sell me on being okay with you competing there. Like, so what you're saying is against actual men, you'd be really, really dog shit. And so you decided to take it up against the ladies. Again, why? But, yes, so that story was fun. We were going to joke about it a little bit more, but apparently pausing is not allowed. This train is nonstop. Once it starts, we're going till the fucking end, apparently. Which, by the way, the end is in 3 hours. So, buckle up, Buttercup. 6:50, and we've kind of paused there. I can drop that off the screen for a minute. We'll catch up with the chats quick. Golf for only one, because he uses his own balls. We got that. Mikey Two Milks is not here. Touring Uranus links. All right. Alrighty, so 7 more days to go for my birthday, says Jesse. Well, congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. And Mikey pointing out that he is here. So, Atomic Ray, I think you can now admit you were wrong. We've all grown, and that's what this show is about. All right, so we have, again, another video here. KYTE, that's kite, right? Kite Baby. I have no idea what Kite Baby is, but there's a company called Kite Baby, and Kite Baby is apparently in big trouble because they got taken away in a storm. No, Kite Baby is under scrutiny because a mother had a remote work request while her newborn was in the NICU, and you would think Kite Baby, a baby company, like they would understand, like you've got to take care of your baby. At least you should think so. Turns out they were very not understanding. They were like, fuck your baby, be in the office or be somewhere else. And so now they're kind of walking back some comments they've made. Their CEO is walking back, quote, terrible decision. So let's hear her explain it. Come on. Oh, of course.
JP Morgan Wealth Management knows
ad.
it's easy to
There's
get lost
an
in
ad.
investment
I'm
research.
going to pull the audio down for a minute because there's an ad. Once again. At least they won't move the story on me. Thankfully, CNN has not picked up that trick. But after this, we'll move over to that, and we'll get to it. And we'll watch literally a baby company tell a mother with a... And by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, NICU is not a standard place to land a baby. No, I didn't want that. I wanted to do the thing. And now I got to unmute it. Oh, wait, no, I got to slide the audio up.
Handling of an employee asking to work from home to care for her adopted baby in... The Texas-based baby clothing company Kite Baby is under fire this morning for its handling of an employee asking to work from home to care for her adopted baby in intensive care. Chief executive has now issued an...
Adopted baby? Adopted baby? Look, man, if you had carried this thing to term, I understand. You're kind of, you know, beat up, the baby, whatever. We sell baby goods. You're a bad mother. Apparently, she adopted the baby. I don't know, man. I've got some questions. Did they not know about the adoption? Did you not tell the office, hi, I'm adopting a troubled baby? Oh, Jesus. I wanted to really be able to defend the mother. Now I'm worried. Oh, God, let's go.
An apology.
Thank you so much. I wanted to hop on here to sincerely apologize to Marissa for how her parents
Ma'am. Let's just say, given some of other companies' behaviors towards employees, I don't know, I'm not surprised. You didn't have the baby. Why are you in the NICU?
Parental leave was communicated and handled. It was my oversight that she didn't feel supported, as we always have intended. I will be reviewing our HR policy and procedures to make sure to avoid hurting our staff and our community in the future.
That apology also...
That apology also incredibly rehearsed, and by the way, someone is fired, so fired. My question is, did she know about this beforehand? Was this an honest oops-a-doodle? Like, ooh, I didn't know, ooh, oops. Or was she like, no, fuck you, old baby? And now I'm gotta say, like, I have to be honest, oh, Jesus. That's 40 seconds. We have 2 more minutes on this? How do you have 2 more minutes on this? Or is the other 2 minutes more news stuff? Let's see what you do. And boop.
Creating some backlash, Camilla Bernal following all of this for us. What happened, and what is the company facing now?
Well, look, a lot of people just said that first apology, Poppy and Phil, was not enough. People said it wasn't genuine, that it was scripted, and so the CEO came back.
What? She said all of the things her lawyer told her to. What do you mean scripted? They did that off the top of their cuff because that's what the piece of paper they wrote those words on was on. And I don't know what you call that. I don't call that a script. It was a polite suggestion. I'll have you know, she added in several quips because she thought they were funny. You didn't appreciate those, did you? Did you even see them? Like the one where she's like, we'll do better in the future? Huh? We'll do better in the future? Huh? We don't want this to happen to any of our other employees. Huh? Our NICU baby's 50% off. Well, then, I mean, like, if we're talking baby deals, then my question is, how long do I gotta wait for a BOGO? Because no offense, I'm a sucker for a BOGO. I wouldn't want to necessarily pick up a NICU baby, but if I could get 2 for the price of 1, I mean, then who wouldn't? That's a fucking steal. And then, you know, you double your odds that it's gonna actually like live after it gets out of the NICU, and increase the odds that baby's gonna have an exciting sports career. I would hold my adopted dad. Yeah, you do. No, like financially, I did. This is my retirement plan. At any rate, they do come with their own plug to pull. It's not an awesome baby accessory. The new NICU baby, now with its own realistic plug. Jesus. Well, you're cute, Camila.
Back and said, fine, I'll do another apology. And this time she went off script and said that she regretted not allowing this employee to work remotely while her baby was in the NICU. So I want you to listen to part of that second apology. Here's what she said.
This was a terrible decision. I was insensitive, selfish. I cannot imagine the stress she had to go.
Boo-hoo. Booty-hoo. I am not liking the mother now. I am flipping and it's dry. I am flipping out. You got an apology. She said she's going to try harder. I'm sure there was some sort of offer of some sort of personal recompense, whatever. Look, no offense, Toots, but you didn't have the kid. I need some specifics. Was it like you donated the egg and you You've had a surrogate living in your house and it was a premature birth. I need to know what's going on. Or did you sign up for a baby, you adopted one in a serious condition, and you're like, you know what? I'm an even better mother now. I'm going to love this baby extra hard. And you've put a lot of emotional attachment onto a child you've never met. And then when you showed up, it was a baby in a plexiglass box. So it automatically fulfilled all of your desires. Like, oh, I love it so hard. I have to work remotely so I can stay near my child. Lady, your child does not even fucking know you. I mean, if they needed her to pump milk, I'd understand. If she was, you know, kind of all beat up from being post-baby launch, I understand. But why? Like, it's not like you could take it home. Fucking Jesus. Who wrote that? Saint RN. Oh my God, I looked up at that. The baby's birth name, Lemon.
Go through, I fully realized the impact of my action, my decision, my short-sightedness.
Now, here's the backstory. This all started in December of last year when Marissa Hughes and her partner decided to adopt a baby. That baby was born prematurely and because of health reasons had to remain in the NICU. The policy for Kite Baby for Marissa was that she would get 2 weeks of maternity leave and then she would have to sign a contract saying that she would go back to work for at least 6 months after her leave. She was not able to sign that contract because her baby was still in the NICU. So they released a statement, and I want to read part of it where they said that, yes, she proposed a remote from work option, but they said they didn't feel that that proposed plan would fulfill the responsibilities of her current position. So they're saying that her job is there if she wants to return. And not only that, but now they're saying they're also going to revise their company policy because of all of this. Marissa also released a video on social media saying that she acknowledged that apology, saying that she likely will not return because she said she didn't find it appropriate to return to that company.
Good. Fuck you and your kid. I mean, seriously. So this story happened in the course of January. You and your partner, and I got theories on that one. You and your partner decided last minute that you wanted to be parents. And then you give your employer a month's heads up, like, hey, by the way, not even a month's heads up. You gave your employer how much time, how much of a warning that you were going to become a proud new mama? And because your baby was born and in the NICU, born premature and in the NICU, you couldn't agree to their work contract. Good God. I'm sorry. I have completely flipped now. I am all for the company. This lady is an entitled bitch who's like, oh, I need to be near my baby. No offense. You bought it. You paid for it. It's not really your kid yet. It needs to be a kid of its own to reciprocate your love and affection before you can really say it's your child. I don't think we've gotten there yet. You haven't even held it. And no offense. I don't like the idea of, like, I adopted a baby and everything's happening a lot faster than anyone planned, and they didn't give me all of the special comforts I want. Wah. They gave me an apology, but they didn't give me the special treatment I deserve. Wah. Good. Piss off. I'd like to see, you know what? They never do follow-up stories on this. I'd like to see the follow-up. What happens to her going forward? I'm not going to work there. I'm going to work at a company and for a company that respects me. And they're going to be like, all right. And then this lady will be like, hi. And they'll be like, all right, so let's do a little background search on her. Oh, she's the one who went at her employer and caused, yeah, that's more hassle than we need. Okay. Like, I'm really praying that karma's around the corner and about to just dick slap this lady with her being, again, a privileged bitch. I mean, I get it. You care about the kid. You and your partner couldn't work out something so you could be in office and do your work and then maybe come on your off time. Again, no offense, but your presence there means absolutely nothing. You're not providing anything that kid needs at this moment in time. Your moral support means dick, and I know it means a lot to you, but no, it doesn't mean anything to the baby.
But also said she's encouraged to see the changes within the company.
Oh, great. She's encouraged to see the changes within the company that she abandoned. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, screw your ad. Again, that's the other thing. Can you guys not start ads the minute you end a story? I'd like to get on with my life for a minute before you frickin' open up and stick your D in my mouth, man. It's just, and I'm trying to get this gummy out of this bag because they're not edibles. They're just regular fucking gummies. Oh, and apparently they blend in with the green screen, so that was awesome. Upgrade on this kid. Trucker saying the show can start now that I'm here. Great. Well, if the show can start now, you mind telling us first thing off the top? Fuck kept you. We've been doing this for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. You're getting here now. I mean, the time's posted. It's the same every time. So let's just see, I don't know. That baby will depreciate in value once you pull out of the lot. Look, for what it's worth, I hope the kid has a decent life with her and her partner. But, like I said, Look, all right, look, baby. Look, lady, that baby's value depreciates astronomically once it leaves the lot. Goes down, never comes back up. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the next thing we're going to do. Again, we have a show going for another 2.5 hours or so. 2:45, I'd say. So we'll be getting through the rest of our second hour stories. We have a couple to do. And then we have, first hour stories. We have a couple stories for our first hour. And then we have a whole buttload of stuff to get into for the second hour. So it's going to be fun. And thank you for being here. And by the way, yesterday we kicked that old goal in the booty hole, and now we've moved into April 1st. We officially have begun the month of April on the show goals. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to wipe this just because the chat stopped. And I like having, wow, did they fix that? Now if you bring it back, it brings it up. No, if I bring it back fast enough, it doesn't die out. Okay. Interesting. I still have the ability to wipe. That's a sadly funny joke. Alrighty, so we have Kamala Harris. I think we have a couple of clips of Kamala Harris in an interview with CNN where they really lapped up Kamala Harris. Johnny needs tips to pay for the taxes in April. Right. Don't sleep your tabs, Johnny, says Atomic Ray. Well, I do need to get new tabs for the car. But I mean, I don't know what you mean by sleep my tabs. Crackling Kamala. Well, they, again, very, very taken with Kamala Harris. And I think, like, this is one of those things where Kamala Harris is one of those people where she's not smart enough for me to think, like, she's part of things and she's involved in shit. But then at the same rate, she is the vice president. So then sometimes when shit that she says slips, I'm like, is she just dumb putting together word pasta and pulled off something really, like fucking scary that she said? Or is this a true thing and we need to be worried? All right. Let's go ahead and just cover this this particular clip. So here we go.
Though, what could you accomplish in a second term that you have not already done now?
Well, to get there, we're going to require everyone to vote to understand what's at stake right now. And that is no small matter, to make sure that we are present, and I intend to travel around our country to remind people of what's at stake and that their voice will matter and will be expressed through their vote in many other ways. But we have to first get there. So I want to emphasize that point. In terms of a second term, there's a lot of work to continue to do to build on our successes.
Ma'am, I'd like to list off your successes. That's all we got. All we got. To build on our successes, I don't know that I want to watch this full interview.
We have, for example, capped the cost of insulin at $35 a month for our seniors. For years, our seniors have been talking about the fact that they had to make the awful decision about whether they could either fill their prescription or fill their refrigerator.
Right, right. And you capped the insulin price. Look, I'm sure plenty of seniors need insulin, but I don't think that was the only one. Look, a lot of people have been complaining about not being able to afford their medications. We made one of them cheaper. Cool. Oh.
With respect, excuse me, with respect to abortion in particular, I know this is a very big, important issue right now, and voters have been looking at it in previous elections as a time to turn out. It's something you're very passionate about in terms of freedom and choice.
Okay, sure, sure, we can talk about choice.
Yeah, with respect to that issue in particular, what could not have been done during the first term that you require a second to accomplish?
Okay, this is going to be interesting. Because, again, you guys have done zero to codify a woman's right to choose and all of that stuff. That's kind of why you lost it the first time. This really is a good look for her. Kamala Harris, hold on, I'm thinking.
So the first thing that has to happen on the issue of abortion and choice and freedom for reproductive care is that we need to, in the next 10 months, do everything we can to remind people that the Supreme Court, took a constitutional right from the people of America.
No, they didn't. They did not take a constitutional right. They took a states' rights issue and said it's a states' rights issue. They didn't take anybody's rights. The states took the rights away. That's where the rights got taken away, was on the state level. But several of those states had been arguing for a long time that they didn't want to provide these rights. And so, again, states' rights issue, which is weird. How is it it's a states' rights issue when it comes to whether or not you're having a baby, but then it's It's a federal issue when it comes to whether or not your state's border is secure. Can Texas just make their own border inside the federal border? Well, this isn't the federal border. This is the Texas border. That's the federal border. They can do whatever they want here. Here, it's all fucking Texas. They took our jobs.
Of America and the United States Congress has the power and ability to put that right back in place, to put back in place the protections of Roe v. Wade into law.
By the way, they've had that ability for a long-ass time before, and I guarantee you if they put it back now, you're not going to be like, all right, we've got to codify this into law and make it the law of the land. No. You're going to continue to be like, now again, remember, it's one presidential term away from going bye-bye. We must stay in power now. And I don't actually trust you to do anything. Again, no offense. I don't hear a whole lot of how you plan to get that done. You've simply said, well, in the next 10 months, we've got to do this. How do we do that? Well, we do it by doing it.
Congress do it without having necessary votes on either side?
Well, again, we are here in January, and I'm going to tell you, in these intervening months between now and the election, I am going to do exactly what I'm doing here in Wisconsin.
Nothing.
Which is traveling the country to remind people of not only what is at stake in the
again, so like we said, these are important issues. They need to get solved and everything, and we're here in January. And so what I'm going to do is spend the next 10 months doing what I'm doing now, traveling around the country. Again, like I said, actually nothing. You're doing literally nothing. And I'm going to continue to remind people of what's at stake. You're going to remind them of what's at stake. Great. You're reminding them of what's at stake. Are you going to actually do anything? I mean, you've had 4 fucking years. Anytime soon, be real impressive.
The harm that is occurring every day, so many women silently suffering, but also remind them of the connection between their vote and an outcome that puts back in place the protections of Roe.
So you guys need to remember, the whole reason women lost the right to choose is because you disrespected the Democratic Party and voted in Republicans. Now, all you have to do to get your star-spangled rights back is just never question our authority ever again. Just put us in power, and we'll give you your rights back, and then if you keep us in power, they'll never get taken away again. I mean, it's such great circular logic. Why wouldn't you do it?
So these months are going to matter, and as I have said on this issue, one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree. The government should not be telling women what to do with their bodies.
Right. Especially when it comes to putting a vaccine in your blood. Bring that body autonomy issue right back around to COVID and explain to me how the government has any right to tell people what to put in their bodies on that regard. Again, it's really weird how it's okay when it's just a baby, but when it's a untested medical treatment, well, now you just need to shut up and take it. My state, my border. Right, St. RN? I'll tell you this. I'd be all in support if Texas is like, you know what? F that. We're making our border right here. Fuck you.
And realistically, in the over a year that has passed since the Dobbs decision came down, women are silently suffering. I mentioned Megan, who was in the auditorium when I was speaking.
Great. She was in the auditorium when I was speaking, bleeding from the vagina from an abortion she forced by falling down the stairs of that very auditorium. And I just continued speaking. And after I got done speaking, I left. And you know what changed? Absolutely nothing. But I will carry that woman's name like a fucking cross. I literally can't keep going. Did we have other clips? We had other clips of CNN S-ing the D. Okay, so this is the clip. This is the one that was on X or Twitter. This is the one making the rounds on Twitter.
Let me ask you one more question.
And it's a minute 12. Okay. Now, before we play this, I just want to admit the irony of here, let me pull my camera off the screen. The irony of CNN, VP Harris speaks with CNN about threats to democracy. You mean like a president who uses the FBI as his own personal witch hunt force? Threats to democracy. You mean like a federal government repeatedly attempting to imprison members of that country by perpetuating crimes and convincing them to join in? Oh, really? Perpetrate. That's what we were looking at. Perpetrate. I got words. I'll go use them, Daddy.
Question. I'm struck just in your presence. I was watching you on stage, watching the reactions from the crowd.
Honestly, if I'm completely honest, I was making brown sugar in my pants. I was sliding off my seat. I was flicking my bean so fast, I was like an ADHD kid with a light switch. It was crazy. Let's play that again. What a fucking... I was just struck being in your presence. Ladies and gentlemen, we found it. The one lady who is actually somehow more brain damaged than Kamala Harris, and wouldn't you know it, they match.
I was watching you on stage, watching the reactions from the crowd, looking you in the eye with your passion that you were displaying and talking about so many issues.
Passion? Lady, this vapid box has very little emotion. What she does is she does word salad very, very fast. She is a word salad shooter.
And yet, you hear candidates suggesting that a vote for President Biden, because of his age, is somehow a vote for you, and that is hurled as an insult.
Because she's dumb. If you dare to try and go, is it because you're a woman? Is it because you're black? No, it's because she's dumb. Being a woman and black are just two things that happen at the same time. They're what's called a coincidence. However, you being here is starting to make it look like a phenomena. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Phenomena. Ba-da-da-da. Phenomena. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Atomic Ray, this VP doesn't help with my ED. Look, I don't mind how she does all the politicking and whatnot. But when we get down to it, nice try, by the way, Fettuccine El Poo-Poo. I felt the wind off of it. Now, when we get down to it, let's just get it done. I don't want to fuck this, all right? Now, I can't have a female vice president, let alone a commander-in-chief, if I can't think about all the times I'm going to want to imagine myself in the Oval Office just laying dick. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. She's got to be strong for the country. Maybe she is. I don't know. I don't pay attention to women when they speak. But I'm saying overall, when you elect her, I'm going to be like, oh, now I can't even get a chubby. Like, the reason we were going to all vote in Sarah Palin is because we were picturing the Playboy spread. Like, it wasn't going to happen, but, you think, like, if it did, like, seriously, seriously, penthouse where Playboy goes to the Oval Office, like, oh, my God, she's spreading the commander in queef. You know what I mean? Like, oh, boy. I love Jolly Green Dickhead's comment. Johnny wonders why his mic is always loose. Yeah, it is weird. It is weird that my mic stand is always loose and that they break. You know what I don't get? Why do they break? Why do they break? It's not like I'm aggressive with them. I'm not rough at all. Oh, boy. All right, we've got We've got 2.5 hours of a show left to do. Seriously, we're 30 seconds in to this fucking knob slobber fest that she's doing on Kamala Harris. And like I said, I swear to Christ, if she is about to say or suggest that people saying voting for Joe Biden is voting for Kamala Harris, look, that's just a fact, because Joe is really, really old. And if he dies, the line of succession is quite clear. And no offense, but when talking about a 81? I don't even know. When talking about a senior citizen in the twilight years of his life, saying things like, well, what do we do if he dies, is just called prudent planning. So I don't think that's a wrong thing to do. Jerk in your mic stand. I mean, kind of. How old is she? Says Jesse. How old is who? Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris's age doesn't bother me. Her idiocy does. I don't trust her because she seems dumb. Like she's easily led around by people who go, no, this is what we're going to do. This is what you're going to say. And it's all going to work out so swimmingly for us. And you'll look like a hero. And she'll be like, okay, yeah, this is what we're going to do. This is what I'm going to say.
And that is hurled as an insult. It's intended to demonstrate some negative viewpoint towards you. What is your reaction to this thought that with your background in particular, with your career, that there is some thought that you are incapable?
Yeah, after all, let's not talk about your literal career history the last 4 years and how you have failed on the border, how you failed on what are the other fucking shit that she was supposed to do? She was czar of some stuff, wasn't she? But again, all of it's kind of not worked out. With your background, your history, why would anyone question you? You mean her history of... Oh, I don't suppose we're supposed to talk about that.
Well, I think that most women who have risen in their profession...
Oh, go F yourself. I can't stand this crap. Most women who've risen in their profession. I am so sick of every single woman always going, well, you know, I'm not being questioned or criticized because of the quality of my work. I'm being questioned or criticized because I'm a woman. No, you're being questioned and criticized because you're dumb. Because the stuff you've done has not worked out. Because your overall political career history isn't great. By all means, I'm going to unpause this. Bewilder me with all of your amazing accomplishments that I am underwriting to some other people or somehow not acknowledging for you.
Who are leaders in their profession have had similar experiences. I was the first woman to be elected district attorney. I was the first woman to be elected attorney general of the state of California. And I'm the first woman to be vice president. And I love my job.
Again, can you tell us what you've actually done? And I love my job. Yeah, you do, because you don't do crap. I was the first person to be elected to district attorney. Okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you're responsible for incarcerating more black people than anyone else, and that's why they loved you so much as DA. Oh, Jesus. Vice president should be a separate vote, right? I am all for that. Vice president should be a separate vote. The president shouldn't get to pick who his number 2 backing him up is. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. But let's be clear. While we talk about how awesome that is, if vice president was a second vote, we would have had literally the Obama-Palin administration. Joe would have lost so fast and so hard to Operation Hot Mom. Oh. But yeah, I mean, I agree. We shouldn't just rubber stamp the VP. It seems stupid. She never said she was elected vice president. Didn't she? Didn't she say I was the first woman elected vice president?
And I'm the first woman to be vice president.
Oh, the first woman to be vice president. Well, yeah, dude, and I know, like, she never said elected. That's her admitting it was all... No. She never said elected because she's very well aware people didn't vote for her. They voted for Joe because Orange Man bad. And again, I am so sick. The welcome has been worn out on the whole, well, they just hate me because I'm a woman. No, you're going to have to put up a reason first. This whole women aren't allowed to succeed, so they hate me because I'm a woman. No, you have the second most powerful job in the country. You have to explain how you're not sucking. Again, in none of the clips we've played, how many minutes have we gone through now? Like 6-7 minutes of this interview? There's 10 minutes left. How much you want to bet the other half is all her just listing her accomplishments, and somehow we missed it? Somehow in the first 6 minutes and the last minute and a half of droolingly sucking her dick, we missed the whole part where she talked about all of her amazing accomplishments. Alrighty. That actually,
I work hard and I want my money to work hard too. So
I don't care. You have way more money than me. Whether it works hard or not is not my concern. Oh, great. He made a short joke. Cool.
A few days, I'm not sure.
All right. So, this guy apparently made a video that's going viral. We're going to be playing this, hopefully, if it doesn't F us over. This guy made a video that's going viral about his date, and if I'm correct in what I understand, his date was apparently up, and you already did it. You already did it. How the fuck am I supposed to do any? Even if I was reading it, how am I supposed to do that? She should have posted this. What?
Introducing Verizon's new Business Unlimited 5G.
Ah, fuck you and your ads.
More value.
Ugh.
Including more premium hotspot data.
More premium hotspot data. It's Verizon. I actually have Verizon. I'm pissed.
We talked for a few days. I'm not sure exactly how many days, but we talked for a few days. Decided let's go out for some drinks, some food. So it was a casual date. To me, it was a good date. We had good conversation. Everything flowed. Wasn't awkward in any moment or anything like that until the end of the date, which is where this video happened. So I get the bill and I just suggest you want to go half on it, and the reaction I got was like half. What do you mean half? Like, it was just like out of this world that anybody can ever ask her to go half on a date. Like, it was absurd to me. So that's when I started recording, and I asked again, like, oh, like, what'd you say? And then that's basically when the video happened.
All right, the video better be in here. There's a lot of ramp up.
She just wouldn't let it go as we're walking to the car and stuff. So I was like, let me record her in the car so like people can, I don't know, I guess.
Again, buddy, This only vindicates you if she's one of these I don't need a man, I'm one of these uber feminist like girl power whatever kind of people. That's only where it vindicates you. If she's just a lady who expects to be taken out and treated nice on a first night out, that is kind of standard dating principle. Again, I don't pull the we're going Dutch thing unless she pulls a lot of this like, oh, well, I'm an empowered woman and blah, 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 feminism. Like, if she's doing all that, then I'm like, all right, so we're equal. Then you're picking up half the bill because I work just as hard for my money as you do for yours, apparently. So let's go for it.
After receiving these comments and stuff, I guess people see it the other way, but to me, I just thought it was crazy, like how entitled, how can you expect to go out and not spend any money? Women are only feminists until it comes to certain things that they don't want to do. I
agree, but you better have proof of her being a feminist until the bill came. That's all I'm saying. What if she wasn't?
Feminist until it's time to split the bill. And but then going into gender roles and stuff like that,
I'm not liking them.
So this is not back in the day. We're in, it's 2024. Women are very independent. I don't need no man. I can take care of myself.
Right.
I can do this. And
did your date do that?
Okay,
though?
Fine, fair. You don't need no man, whatever. So pay your half.
Yes, but did your date do that?
That makes sense. I hear that all the time. I don't need no man.
Yes, but did you hear that from?
You do. And
did you hear that from your date? Again, the problem I'm having here, we're not seeing this video. You're just talking about it. I'm getting pissed. Where's the video?
Women now are not the same, at least in my experience.
So there is no video. Fuck that. We're going back. We're going to find the video. I am not doing that bullshit. Oh, wow. Man asked date to split check. 2 days ago. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. This is a 22-minute video. I'm not doing that one. Man asked date to split the bill with him. What would you do? 4 years ago. She wants him to pay for her kids' meal? Oh, man, come on. What is, where is this, all right, barrage of criticism. The man goes by Waterboy. Oh, great. The Waterboy. All right. The Water Boy. Enter. All right, so let's just go the Water Boy TikTok. The Water Boy space TikTok. Nope. Water Boy Adam Sandler. These are all bad. Adam Sandler Longest Yard. No, these are now all Adam Sandler bits. I'm looking for this asshole's TikTok. And I can't. Again, assholes, don't use TikTok. It's so much harder to find shit. I ain't going there. All right, cheap bastard, you can do it. I want to see the actual TikTok. Single man in Miami is confused. I need to see the video. The TikTok emerged of his date complaining. Yes. Okay, but you asked me out. All right, again, I don't want the transcript. I want the video. You can't just link it. Why can't you just link his video? I can't find this goddamn thing. You have screenshots of it, but you don't have the actual video in your story at all. You have his stupid, like, I'm going to film this on an upward angle and I'm going to apologize and also be like, but what are you all mad at me for? All right. After embracing feminism. What the fuck? This is a completely not related story. So now I can't even get it. Now just boo. Now it's just a fail boat. And I'm the captain. All right, so that's the end of that then. Can't believe the man wanted me to split the bill. I can't believe I fucking... And I don't like this guy for all the crap he's saying about, oh, every woman's a feminist. Yes, but we need to know where your date was a feminist. Where was your date of feminists? A feminist. All right. Let's go. The water boy. TikTok. All right. Showing for results. The water boy can't. No. If I had every time I had to open up a water. No, that's not it. All right, how about we go with the water boy TikTok? We go that way. That way with it if we make it one. That's, again, water boy at water boy can. I, again, don't see the water boy TikTok search. The water boy. There we go. All right, here we are. I don't want to use a code. I don't want to sign up for TikTok. Replying to Stephanie. I don't even know where she... Tinder date was mad that she had to split the bill. All right, here we go.
Tinder date was not...
I hate these things where you put a voice... you had the balls to talk in your video for 5 minutes. Oh, well, you know, I'm super this or that or whatever. Fucking talking to... Tinder date was mad. Yeah, you really sound like a high-pitched lady.
Not that she had to split the bill.
What'd you say?
Why are we splitting the bill?
Well, I mean, it's our first date, so I thought we should maybe go half.
I will say this, ma'am. And I don't think this should be a thing, but I am going to say this. If he thought he was getting the we're gonna vibes, he probably would have picked up the tab. If he had even a reason to believe that date number 2 was on the way, he might have picked up the tab. But I am going to say this, again, where is her being I don't need nobody?
I can't believe you made us split the bill.
I mean, you ordered an appetizer that I didn't even touch. Why do you think that I should
okay,
pay
but
for it?
you asked me out.
I know, but you ordered...
Right. I don't have any part of this where she's being a feminist lady. If she's not being a feminist, then this is a weird thing.
Something
You
that I did.
asked me out.
All right, I'll just take you home and... All right, see ya. Hello? Hello? See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, that date ain't going nowhere and never happening again. Again, I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I'm on her side. It's very skeezy of you to film this, like, without her knowing. Oh, man. Fallen the Great, where's the dolphin R wording? I don't have any. Again, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. M. Holt is constitutionally incapable of listening sometimes. Like I pointed out to him repeatedly this morning. I brought up the dolphin clip as something we played on my Sunday show. We never promised more. Simply the fact that was a clip of a dolphin being a dolphin. So again, I feel like they're really, if you're hoping for dolphin R wording, whoever promised you this, which again, I know who did, it was Aaron, he lied, all right? He lies! I never promised more. Never promised more. That was Sunday's show. You can feel free to look up those clips in your own time and watch them all on your own. I'm sure there's probably more on the internet. I don't know. I haven't looked. Alrighty, so. Sandy, let's get to her comment. With a steady boyfriend, I still offer to pay sometimes. Yeah, just sometimes. I mean, not always. But again, yeah. I don't think her expecting him to pay is that rough on a first date. You ordered an appetizer that I didn't even touch. So what? Again, I don't have the for what thought? What? I don't have the I don't have the proof that she was a After getting hit with the criticism, the single man shared more about his side of the story, his point of view that women aren't acting like women anymore. Again, if this lady was doing that, okay, fine.
You want to see my cracker?
I mean, maybe later. It's only 50 bits, so I'd like to think I have a higher threshold than that. But for what thought? Yeah, for what though? What do you mean for what? For what? What for what? I don't know what we're talking about now. Whoever asks the other person should pay for the meal, says Trucker 18-wheeler. That seems like a fair go. Again, on this guy's thing, his video explaining his side is all, oh, boo-hoo, women aren't women anymore, and so, I shouldn't have to pay the bill. Right. You forgot the part where you have to point out that this woman isn't one of those women. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but just like not all women are that woman, not all dudes are you, asshole. A lot of us are kind of going to pick up the tab on the first date, especially if we're trying to make that good impression, because, again, we're looking to fuck. Do I want it to turn into something more? Sure. But if all it is a pump and dump, then that's what it is. And quite frankly, $38.95 plus a 20% tip is a damn fine price to park that beef bus in Tuna Town. So, I mean, what are you complaining about, Mr. 1994? And again, what is the 1994 sweater from? Was that your birth year? Was that your why are you wearing a sweater that says 1994? Man child. Alrighty, so now that the man is taking care of all these things, what exactly do you offer me besides a pretty face, besides being, oh, she's hot, she's bad, she's got a nice body, whatever. What can you offer me? And so that's basically where I'm at nowadays. Right. What can you offer me? Did you explain any of this to her beforehand? These are kind of things you should kind of, feel out with your date before you take her on one. I've seen a lot of women mad about paying the bill. You guys don't understand. This is not back in the day where women are the prize anymore. You guys don't understand that yet, he said in a video on TikTok responding to the criticism. Meanwhile, in my opinion, the date went really, really well. We were laughing. It wasn't awkward. It flowed naturally. Why was the date so heavily weighted on who pays at the end? Again, because as she pointed out, you asked her out. You asked her out. And again, buddy, as I've pointed out, you have yet to show me where she gave you the vibe and or idea that she was one of these I don't need a man, I don't need anybody to pay for me kind of people. If she doesn't put out that vibe, then I got news for you. She's just a lady working a job while she looks for a dude. You got to realize that a one earning household isn't really a thing anymore, and that ain't her fault. You might just be a dick, buddy. All righty. All right, so he looked to be about a 94, baby. Bet you are right. Makes the most sense. He's 94, baby. He's entering his 20s, and he's like, you know what? I don't understand all these lippy broads getting uppity about paying the bill. A 94 IQ. But then what was the 19 for? I ask you. All right. We got an ad, so I got to drop the audio for just a second. We are still 350, I think 350 away. Oh, fuck me. Nope, 250. 250 bits away from a sticker party. That's his age until his birthday later this year, 19. Oh, I see. Now it works. All right, so we're going to play this ad, and after the ad is over, we have a video of a fire truck that well, let's just say somebody might need to call them, or they might need to call somebody for their emergency.
Ice-covered roads sent a fire truck spinning through a city near St. Louis. That is frightening. Officials say the fire truck hit a car before coming to a stop.
So there's a fire truck. They've been dispatched for some reason. Whatever that reason is that they've been dispatched, you guys are screaming expletives at the top of your lung. I really don't like the loud beep. The beep is too loud. Let's be honest. But you're also smoking. I love this. You're on your phone. I don't know what the heck you're doing, and you got a lit cigarette in your hand. What's the worst that could happen? You start a fire? I mean, then we just have to call the fire. Then we just have to call the fire department. They'll just drive right on. Oh, that's right. We just watched a fire truck fail to drive. Maybe you should put that out.
That is frightening. Officials say the fire truck hit a car before coming to a stop. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. Derek Van Dam with me now. I mean, these pictures...
Derek Van Dam? Does he have to enter a kumite?
Say it all. The weather is just wreaking havoc in so many places, and over 50 million people across the country are under weather alerts this morning.
Think about the momentum that has to go behind the fire truck as it spins out.
Derek Van Dam, you, sir, look nothing like your name should imply. You lack all of the grandiose you need to have to be a Van Dam. Goddamn Van Dam.
Out of control like that. You just need the proper coating of ice on the ground, and that is what they received in Missouri.
That's it, huh?
Saving on your education should be a right.
So, CNN, you, let me just get this clear. You didn't even let him finish? That's not like somebody's clip of that show. That was CNN's own thing on the guy. They cut to The guy talking, we cut to Van Damme and then we bailed on him. Well, fuck Van Damme. All right, so there's that. Our last, oh, that's right. This one's a video story. Our last story from the first hour. Holy shit. It's 3:30. We've only got 2 hours left of the program. Time is fucking flying. Any relation to Rob Van Dam? No. He is, in fact, not the whole show. We are now 150 bits away from a sticker party. Can't stop eating these gummies, man. Happy Cola gummies. They're so delicious. Mud sport. No. We're not talking about that. I have no ideas what
Brother,
that.
You've got a beautiful cock. You got a beautiful cock, baby.
Oh, that's helping. Let's go ahead and go to these remarkably quasi-Midwest looking people.
Let's continue our team coverage now with NBC 10's Minash Kungwari.
That is right. He's live for us in Manchester with the very latest results from our exclusive Suffolk University NBC 10 Boston poll. Minash, what are they telling you?
Well, I can tell you that early indications show that the former President Donald Trump has the upper hand. In fact, take a look for yourself. This is our exclusive Suffolk University, NBC 10, and Boston Globe tracking poll.
60% for Trump, 38% for Nikki Haley, 1% for someone else, and who is the someone else? No, I like 1%. We're gonna vote for someone else. There's nobody else on the docket. Well, we want someone else. You go ahead and find them. We'll wait. Someone else. Guys, you can't vote for someone else. There's no one else on the thing. It's these two. These are the two flavors of shit sandwich you get to pick from. You get to pick from old cheesy shit sandwich and prepackaged silently kill you lady shit sandwich. I want a different one. Don't get one.
Showing Trump up more than 20 points at last check. You couple that with the fact that Trump won this very state back in the 2016 primaries. But with all that being said, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley not backing down.
It's amazing to get the first 6 votes in the country.
Fresh off a sweep at the...
It's amazing to get the first 6 votes in the country. Was that the Iowa one? No, that's the New Hampshire one. Ma'am, you did not get the first 6 votes in the country. This is the second.
The Dixville Notches midnight primary, former UN ambassador and presidential hopeful Nikki Haley spoke Tuesday about her hopes for the GOP primary right before the Granite State voters hit the ballot box.
I want to be stronger than Iowa. And then South Carolina, I want to be stronger.
But standing in her way, former President Donald Trump, a man gaining more support by the day.
America was safe and prosperous.
Monday, South Dakota Governor Doug Burgum joining a number of former GOP candidates endorsing Trump, saying he, not Haley, is the best person to take on President Joe Biden in an eventual battle for the White House.
Each and every one of you is going to cast the most important vote of your entire life. This is a very, very important vote.
Both.
Now, again, reason I don't like Trump. He'd say that no matter what. He'd say that if it was a shoo-in, all of that. If it was like not a single person is going to vote for anyone but Donald Trump, he'd be still going out there. And now we're going to go there and we're all going to vote. It's going to be a very important vote. None of us will have ever done anything so important in our lives. It'll be the most important. It'll be historic. They'll talk about it for generations. And so again, he's going to do all of that bullshit. He was before. Haley just isn't going to win, and I think she needs to admit it by now.
Trump and Haley have made it clear New Hampshire will dictate where and how hard they'll go from here.
But I believe she's not electable. She's very easy to beat, and you see that with the polls.
I didn't get here because of luck.
No.
Got here.
You got here because you're supported by a bunch of nameless, faceless organizations that love the idea of having a paid-for puppet in the White House.
Because I outworked and outsmarted all the rest of those fellas.
Your biggest competition, aside from Donald Trump, dropped out because he figured, fuck it, I'm not going to beat Donald Trump. You didn't outwork anybody. You're simply still here. Well, I suppose you did outwork a few people. You outworked DeSantis and Vivek in terms of sucking money out of a bunch of again, nameless, faceless corporate organizations that love having a puppet in the office. Oh, that was a great spot to come back where she just talks and goes silent. All right, great. She is so smart. I mean, I don't think so. What the... Automod, we gotta talk. Automod held St. Arend's comment of Trump 2024. It didn't even list a reason. It didn't even list a reason. Normally when it says it holds a comment, it says it holds a comment and it says chat detection and it says the reason. Hate speech, racial slur, whatever. Trump 2024 was held by the mod, the auto mod, for what? Well, no, it's not going to hold it now, Saint Caesar and Lab Glass, because I just told the auto mod to allow it. Because again, I'm sorry, there's nothing inherently wrong, bad, or evil about thinking Donald Trump should be the president in 2024. Other people might not agree with you. Boo that auto mod. Indeed. So, yes, Trump's lead is widening over Haley, and I don't know, man. She's got to drop out after she loses this one. She's got to. You've got to know that it's not about, campaigning hard enough. Too many of the established Republicans have come out against you. Too many of Trump's people have come out against you, and Vivek and DeSantis's people just join Trump when they don't have Vivek or DeSantis. So you just, again, Haley 2024. Yeah, that one doesn't get held. That's weird. All right, I got to drop the audio for a second while we pull up our second hour stories. We have 2 hours left in the show. So we've got to start moving through these. I'm dawdling too much and it's costing me. So we're going to talk about the Stanley Cup obsession and not the hockey one. And I hate that we have to differentiate between those. It's just, it bothers me. It shouldn't be a thing. So here we go there, and there we go here, and there we go there. All right, and then that's going to be a fun one that we get to talk about. So we got some more election stuff. Sweet. And then a Boeing. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got another plane story. I am not liking the sheer volume of faulty plane stories that I have read recently. The actual number of faulty plane stories that I have read is disturbing to me. So, but anyways, we'll get to all of that in a moment. We have our first story in the second hour. the Stanley Cup thing. This oh, God damn it. I don't understand the fixation with the Stanley Cups. Was Phil Hole saying only Buzzy Cups are allowed? Mr. Q saying there's an auto mod. Jeez, that's gay. There's an auto mod for catching speech stuff in the chat. And every time that it has caught stuff in the chat, I've at least understood why it caught it and flagged it. I'm a free speech person, so unless it's like hateful or directed at somebody, I'm like, I don't really care. But again, I can understand it. This one, like tinfoil fat conspiracy theory. We're really going that far now? Like, oh, don't allow them to even say Trump 2024. Make them think that's a no-no thing to say. I mean, if he's elected properly, what's wrong with that? Okay, so back to what I was talking about now. Tinfoil fat. Yeah, there was, God, I don't remember. There was some story with a person saying something about a tinfoil hat conspiracy, and they were like a heavy person or something like that. And I started saying tinfoil fat a long time ago instead of tinfoil hat. And I've just been sticking with tinfoil fat for a while. Tinfoil fat conspiracy theory. You are now clued into the joke. Honestly, I've done it so much now that it's going to be really hard for me to ever say tinfoil hat and not just accidentally say tinfoil fat. Tinfoil fat! He's a fat! All right, so back to this story. A 16-year-old from Alabama says her parents have spent around $3,000 over the last year to help her collect every style and color of Stanley Cup available. Every style and color. Correct me if I'm wrong. All of these cups are the exact same shape. So what do you mean every style? I'm obsessed, Amelia Awad. Amelia Awad. One, Awad is about all you're good for. Two, your initials are AA. Addictions Anonymous, and it starts with cups. Oh my God. Stanley's success is the result of a perfect storm of branding and social media marketing, with TikTok driving an extreme thirst for the tumblers that has seen Stanley's profits spike tenfold in the last few years. The insulated cup, officially called the Stanley Adventure Quencher Travel Tumbler, okay, and dubbed the Quencher, or Stanley Cup, by its loyal fan base, has become a popular product online, recently being the star of a variety of viral holiday unboxing videos and becoming a much-talked-about accessory for popular social media influencers in videos racking up millions of views. Again, this was pretty much a marketing campaign. Duh. The cup has become so popular online that TikTok hashtag Stanley Cup has more than 6 billion views total, most of which are to do with the tumbler and not the famous National Hockey League championship trophy of the same name. The real Stanley Cup. Lord Stanley's Cup, you frickin' disrespectful bastards. Videos of customers racing through stores in the hopes of getting a limited release tumbler have also gone viral. That's another thing that companies and stores have been doing, that people are limited release. It's there's only going to be so many of them. You better go get them now. Yeah, but what are you doing after this? After this, we have another limited release. You better go get that one too. How about you only need one or two of these fucking cups? How many of these cups do you need? And $3,000. $3,000. I don't even feel bad for these people because you are endorsing your daughter's stupid habit for these effing cups to the tune of $3,000. Then apparently money doesn't mean much to you. Oh, wow. Awad has more than 137,000 followers on her TikTok, where she shares videos about her Stanley Cup collection, according to the Journal. The teen told the Journal that her cups aren't just for show. She uses all of them. If they are rare, I would want to use them more because I'm special for having them, she explained. No, you are not special. You need a cup to justify your existence. Holy Jesus, you are not special. The cups sell for between $45 and $50, with limited releases being on the more expensive side. That's the end of it. That's a shitty ending to the story. So again, fucking cup collection. A cup collection. $3,000. I guarantee you there is nothing about this Stanley Cup that makes it any better than my Toe Boys mug. Guarantee you. There's nothing better about it. $3K is chump change. You should see my liquor store bill this year. Well, while we're on that subject, guess who also has a liquor store bill as of today? Oh, shit. We just got a sticker, and now it's a sticker party. Fuck. Fanatical Bucks fan saying about the cup, no handle, duh. Well, yeah, handles are gay. Why do I want a handle? I don't need a hand. I can hold the fucking cup. What do you need a handle for? Grab the mug like a goddamn man. All right, so now for a limited time, the stickers are free while the music plays. Now, why do we have a hype train on the leaves? We're close to a hype train, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. If one more person throws 100 bits, a sticker worth 100 bits, or a gifted sub that hasn't done it yet, then we're going to launch that. Now we got two things we got to solve. And now I'm getting covered in snowballs and kitty stickers. It's just fucking craziness here. I can't believe this is happening. All right, so let's I really wish I could pick the music. I'm going to be honest, this music blows. I'm going to be honest, I love these sticker parties, but this music sucks. Oh, Jesus. Why would you do that? Thank you for the bits, but taco night. It is Tuesday, though, so 20% on the hype. Oh.
Here comes a train.
Yeah, the brown line.
Rushing up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies. Everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes a train, and here comes driver 10-2.
Aww.
Hey! Here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the train today. Here comes the train!
Party 100.
Thank you very much.
You want to see me, Parker?
Maybe later. We still have a show to do for an hour and 45 minutes, so I really probably should focus on that.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Where's the dolphins? I was told there would be dolphins.
Please, show me your dick! That's nasty, you're a pervert!
If that's related to dolphins again. All right. First off, let's get the cowbell out here.
Cheerwell 100.
Thank you very, very much, SS Stern. That is super awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And we're going to go ahead 70% of the way through level 1 on the hype train. All of this just helps keep our show afloat and moves the goal down the field. We're on to April 1st now. We're on April 1st with $15 left in the pot. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. And now that medicinal cowbell. Remember, I am a licensed prescriber of cowbell. Here we go for SS Stern. Hey-o! Or no, this is Strippers Got Me Banned. Aw. The biggest problem with the tomato squish is I really feel like we've got a weird quasi-penetration. It's just a weird, like, that is just quasi-vag. It just, I don't like it. It's like someone just ham-boned me live during my show. I don't know. No, it is the greatest generation. All right, thank you very much. We're very happy to have all... Thank you, SS Stern, for the jingle hype stick. 2 pickles with the snowballs above them are freaking me out, right? It's supposed to be 2 balls with pickles above them, not 2 pickles with snowballs above them. That's not right. That's not right. And now SS Stern dropping. I think, are those pickle emotes? I don't even know. That's how crazy all of this has gone. 83% of the way through the hype train. It's got a minute and a half left. If you want to kick that over to level 2, we're running out of time. And if you want to support the show today, that's probably the best way to do it. If you're on Twitch, kick it into there. Otherwise, we have the and we'll share the PayPal links for everybody else. If anyone else wants
cheer
to use...
100, cheer 1.
Thank you very, very much, SS Stern. Didn't I already say we were at 89? It feels like we should have moved from there. All right. I'm saving my medicinal weed for later, says Was Fill Some Holes. All right, good for you, man. Good for you. I bet he means in like 30 minutes. I bet we'll be yeah, someone will be like, hey, dude, it's 4:20. You got to hit that. I suppose. Pothead rituals and all. All right, so let's go ahead and link these real quick. These are the PayPal, the Venmo, the Streamlabs. This is for all of the ways you can contribute to the show in the PayPal, the Venmo, and those. It goes straight to us. It's there if you don't want to use the bits, the subs, and such. All righty, so we've got a couple other things to do. This one is worth getting into because it looks like we're going to finish that hype train right there at 89%. It was 86 before, so yeah, it was 9% that did. All right, so there we go. There's our controlled bird. Oh. Chevy, I see your tomato comment, but I'm not going to read it out loud, okay? Sometimes I have to leave comments on Rumble where they lie for a reason. Alrighty, this next story goes kind of hand in hand with the last one that we were talking about. I thought it was going to be a video. No, I'm looking this up for a video. There's no way we don't have a video of this story. And I just smoked a bunch of weed. I can't talk for a prolonged period of time. Jesus. Caps lock. Damn stupid fingers. Oh, it stopped autofilling when I got the Stanley cups. All right, here we go. Really? 42 seconds? Okay. No. Pause. I don't want you to just do your thing. Let me get my goddamn ducks in a row, for fuck's sake. Let me get my shit to shoe level here. Here, boom.
Police in Roseville arrested a woman after she was caught with a trunk full of Stanley cups. According to the police, the 23-year-old woman stole the 65 Stanley cups from a store just off Highway 65 this past Wednesday. The cups were valued at nearly $20. In their Facebook post, the Roseville police said that they, quote, strongly advise against turning to crime to fulfill your off Highway 65 this past Wednesday. The cups were valued at nearly $2,500. In their Facebook post, the Roseville police said that they, quote, strongly advise against turning to crime to fulfill your hydration habits.
Hello, it's not even hydration habits. Hello, I'm a black guy, so you have to feel bad for what I'm about to say. Pay attention to our dwindling news station. No. I will use my clip for my story. SS Stern, one spinner surprise. I don't understand what we're talking about. Okay, moving right along. So, yes, the lady was arrested. They found $2,500 worth of Stanley Cups. Now, I'm betting she was planning to sell those on eBay or something, right? Like secondhand Stanley Cup, whatever. Again, the fucking Stanley Cup thing. Does it tuck your balls? What does it do? What does it do? Does it blow your ego? What does it do that makes it so amazing? Why all the frenzy over these colossal tumblers? I've been asking the same question. You've got
for a better broker?
Oh my God, this is a stupid ad. Looking for a better broker? No. My broker is plenty broke enough. Why would I want to handle your broker? Now I got two broke brokers? That's going to break my bank. Jesus Christ, you're still going. You're still going. We've got pictures of white people. We have to be a trustworthy investing firm. We don't use any of the blacks. Aw. Aw. What? Our boss's name is Stein. Aw.
Screams and sobs of joy.
She wanted Stanley Cup.
And all this hysteria over a cup.
I got a Stanley!
The Stanley Quencher Cup, that is. Sold in over 100 different colors, the $45 reusable bottles are flying off shelves. The hashtag Stanley Cup racking up 6.7 billion views on TikTok, with videos of fans collecting them, decorating them, naming them, even camping out for them.
So it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning.
People lining up overnight at Starbucks and Target stores to snag a limited edition version.
I got mine in blue!
Aaliyah and Sarai Dives cups runneth over after unwrapping theirs on...
Oh, F you! Their cups runneth over! The worst part about this is the social media influencers pushed the trend because they were paid to. The parents endorsed the trend because... point of view, you have teen daughters of this generation. I mean, seriously. You know what? If I have teen daughters of this generation, they get a Stanley Cup. But they don't get it for Christmas. They don't get it as a gift. They get it with a fucking lecture. A long and lengthy lecture, and you can't do that on Christmas. It's mean. You have to give them a long and lengthy lecture about how you're doing this because you believe they shouldn't be excluded and then ostracized for that exclusion. Because we did a story where literally kids were being mean to other kids because they didn't have a Stanley Cup. And it's stories like that that make me think we need to bring back the days when you could just go down to a school and beat a kid. It's like, oh, you're going to talk shit about my daughter? Well, I'm going to make you eat some pavement because it's a stupid effing cup. It's a stupid effing cup. I would like to point out most of the people we see in these videos are women. I'm not going to say that that's a trend or that there's something, but it does seem ironic.
On Christmas morning.
Why are you so obsessed with these cups? So... everyone in school basically has them. Usually I don't drink.
Yeah. Everyone in school has them. What does you know what? You news lady botched your job. Your job is, what does this cup do that no other cup can? No offense, that's an incredibly simple question, and they can't answer you on that. There is nothing this cup provides that is not provided by any other cup.
Drink a lot of water, but like when I have this cup, I drink like more water.
Believe it or not,
when I have this cup, I drink like more water.
the Stanley brand has been around for more than a century. These cups used to be fake.
Right. And now a lot of companies, like the Polar Camel one that I bought this cup from, technically, does the same vacuum wall bullshit that they do. It's just, God damn
favorite
it.
among construction workers. But in 2017, after a popular mommy blog posted about them, the company introduced new pastel colors, and sales skyrocketed from $73 million in 2019 to $750 million last year. Stanley's CEO spoke to CNBC's Make It.
So it was a slow build over many months, and then you could see that the waiting lists began to grow.
Adding to the hype, viral videos of the cup's apparent indestructibility, like this one that survived a car fire, Stanley even buying the owner a new car. Experts say it's all part of the reusable bottle craze, where functional designs and chic shades have made them fashion accessories for moms on the go. Stanley! Oh my God. Some men mocking their wives' massive bottles on social media.
You ready? I'm ready.
The online fervor leading to...
Good. Because it's a dumb fucking cup.
A whole new kind of lightning in a bottle.
You can find so much good Stanley content on social media. If you've tried to get one of these cups, you know how hard they are to find. Some online resale sites are offering them, you guys, for up to $350 a piece.
Wow. Right. And they ordered theirs in bulk and paid probably less than regular price. So they're just making hundreds of dollars. And people are actually... The problem I have is not with the companies or the resellers. It's with the asshats inflating... You know how that price can go down? Just stop buying the stupid fucking cup. If you don't care what color it is, they're easy to find, right? It has a bear with wings and a crown. Yes, that is the mark of Stanley, the royal flying bear. Labglass saying, I'll keep using my Chinese knockoff. I feel better. I feel like buying throwaway plastic bottles now, even though I hate bottled water. Don't drink bottled water. Do not drink bottled water. Bottled water is bad for you. If you absolutely have to, like, it ain't gonna kill you. But if you can avoid it at all costs, avoid bottled water. Fanatical Bucks fan saying, get yourself a copper cup. Why? Is copper some sort of, like, disinfectant thing? You walk past end caps of Stanley's at Target. Probably. I'm sure there's plenty of them. I'm sure it's not impossible to get one. Especially not at a heavy buying season time, like with Valentine's Day. I'm sure there's like, ooh, the Stanley care package. Show her how much you care with a Stanley cup and this and that and the other. No. Again, this fucking thing cost me $20. And it is made in China. So it is a Chinese knockoff. I don't know the fluid ounces. Damn it. It says hand wash, do not microwave. Yeah, it is a metal cup. Probably shouldn't microwave it. But yes, so I'm sorry, but these cups are dumb. Only Stanley cup I got is the little silver thermos one. The only Stanley cup I got is the little silver one on top of my thermos. Look, I mean, if they were buying those old school thermoses, I could understand that. I'd at least be like, all right, fine, $20 without the engraving, with or without the engraving. I think that was without the engraving. I don't remember what I paid for the engraving. My buddy Oz whipped it up for me. I was just so glad that I got to not only get a Towboys mug, I got to pick it out, and I got to watch it be engraved right there for me. I should have had him put Towboys and then put like Johnny K under it, or Johnny on here, or Crutches, or I don't know, something. Ooh, he should have put my logo, and then when I'm on Aaron's show, it's Towboys, and then when I'm on my show, it could be like my logo, boom. But either way, I should just get a hold of Oz and get another cup. That sounds like a gangbuster idea.
Oh. I mean, does it? And clearly, it keeps cold things cold, hot things hot.
How do it know?
Get a
Yeti.
You know,
All you got to do is there's a picture. You got to take this thing out. I just discovered this.
Yeah,
you gotta
to clean it.
Yeah. I just discovered this. You got to take this thing out and clean it. Yeah. You got to take apart all of them and clean them. You know the other great reason about this? You know the other great thing about this this Polar Camel cup? This is the only part you have to take apart and clean. The rubber washer around this thing. That's it. And I'll bet those are probably not dishwasher safe either. So you've got to hand wash all of that shit. Again, remarkably dumb. Remarkably dumb.
There's a lot of videos of mold.
Yeah.
Really?
You gotta clean
The
it.
thing is like the kids all want it. Yeah. How quickly do kids lose their water bottles?
Every other day.
Every other day. I know.
Right. So you ain't getting a 45. And that would be the other thing. I'd be like, all right, man, you lose this thing. You ain't getting a new one. Sandy Squatch says, I thought the Yeti cup was going to be the craze. I guess I was wrong. I'll say this. If my daughter was part of one of those fad things, I wouldn't be that parent that goes, you know what, you're not getting one of these cups. I'm not putting you up on one of these fads. Here's what it would be. I would work some sort of like labor plan, if you will, doing chores, dishes, whatever. She would have a before cup, after cup kind of work schedule. So she gets like halfway there, you get your cup, and then you got to work it off. And then the rest of it is, now after this, you don't get another one unless you pay for it yourself. The bullies will steal and deal them. See, if that happened to her, though, if someone stole her cup, then I would go to the school and be like, hey, they stole a cup. I would legit call the cops. I'd be like, all right, we're calling the cops on this person. And then I'd be like, hey, all right, so now, officer, can you look that way while I beat the shit out of a kid for a minute? Because I am a big fan of not allowing kids to get away with bullshit. And if somebody is literally to the point that they're going to steal something from someone else, that's a level of bullshit that somebody should have smacked you by now. Are these news anchors retarded? Well, let's just see. I'm going to go from left to right. Probably, definitely, maybe, hopefully not. Yes, yes. I'm kidding. I don't think Al Roker's retarded. I think whatever stuff he did for his rapid weight loss stuff or whatever just kind of messed him up. I think Al Roker's just old.
So it's like,
yeah, but maybe these are so valuable and they love them so much they're not going to.
There were so many videos right after the holidays on TikTok of kids being like, everybody back at school, showing off their Stanley because everybody got it for Christmas. They want them.
Yeah, they want them.
This is how AG1.
That's the problem. The problem is, again, you guys, you're ignoring the fact that they used social media to create a trend, and now that there's a viral trend for these cups, stupid shit be a happening. All right. I was really hoping there would be a video for this. We're gonna have to open this up on this side and maybe do one of these rip and reads over here. So we'll get to that in just a second for our next one there. All right. Are these news anchors? Yeah, we covered that. I only get these mugs / tumblers for free. Why pay for them if you get hooked up by your boss or a friend. Yeah, that's another good thing. I have 2 of these. One that I got just because the dealership sent it to me with like a fucking care package for my car. Like they sent me a care package for my car as a result of like buying my car at the, and one reason why I have to, I have to go with the private shopper route every time. Oh my God, was that great. The private shopper route. Holy Jesus. And I will say this. They really suck your dick when you buy it from a dealership, you know? Like really like, hey man, we're really glad you bought this car. Here's something that we can think about. Can we ban AG1 also? What's AG1? What is AG1? All right, shame on you, Johnny. I don't know why. Again, just ban TikTok from America, problem solved. I don't feel like that would get the problem completely solved. And don't flaunt your expensive items, and maybe you won't have to worry about them being stolen. Well, again, as we saw, it was social media on which all of the kids were flaunting their new Stanley cups. And would they really get stolen at school? Well, I suppose. Why? Just because you have one doesn't mean you can't steal other people's and sell them. Fair point. Fair point. Tom McGray, my cup is styrofoam. Oh, AG1 is the stupid health drink packets that they advertise everywhere. They push it like the vaccine. Yeah, I think that was actually one of the ads that just came up at the end there. I don't know anything about AG1. Maybe it's crap. Maybe I should look into that. Maybe. We've got 10 minutes until it's like an hour left in the show, so to speak. Yeah, that's what it'll be. And we're going to have to celebrate that in 10 minutes. So let's move this out of the way and get to this story. That's why I said that. Oh! Well, that's awesome. Just use a glass. I can't type today, says St. Caesar. Again, that's also a very doable thing for a lot of people. I don't know if you know this or not, kids, but you were able to drink water from the water fountain all the time. Is that not still a thing in schools? Do they not still have the water fountain? Survived quite a long time without a name brand cup as a child. God, kids are needy today. I gotta have my Stanley cup. What's Huston? See, there's several stories where we're talking about issues or problems that people have. There's an airline one, I think, that's in the second hour. So it was just it was a play on words. Houston, we have a problem. Like, like when astronauts are in space and they have an issue, they report to the Space Center in Houston and they say, Houston, we have a problem. I just thought it was funny. You know what? Fuck me. You're right. Fuck me. Let's get over to this. So this is the gentleman we're talking about while I read this story. Tech CEO falls to his death in front of horrified employees at a company party in India. Uh-oh. Oh, no. All right. Vistex president was also involved in the accident. Oh, no. If he wasn't Vistex, who? Footage. Oh, God, I want the footage. Footage from a tech show in India shows a tragic incident in which a tech CEO falls to his death during what was designed to be an elaborate, flashy entrance. Vistex CEO Sanjay Shah and Vistex president Vishwanath Raja Deltala entered onto a stage for a company celebration. A yellow iron cage suspended 15 off the ground as they are being introduced. The video shows the cage lurch, spilling both men onto the Oh, no. spilling both men onto the stage. Sa, who landed on his head, was killed while his colleague remains in critical condition, according to the New York Post. I really want this video. Sa and Raju are being lowered from the cage onto the dais. Was planned event to kickstart the celebrations, a Vistex official told the Times of India. Vistex is an Illinois-based company. And I can't read Illinois. I said Illinois. It's in Illinois. They make a lot of noise in Illinois. That's noise. Vistex is an Illinois-based company. Sa, originally from India, moved to the U.S. and secured his MBA from Lehigh University in 1989. He founded Vistex, an advisory service company, 10 years later in 1999. And now it all goes wrong, Bentham. Could have just walked on the stage, you know? I feel like you didn't have to make it that big of an entrance. Oh, God. I'm ready for 420, says, was fill some holes. Is that why I'm still on hold for tech support? Says D. That's just, how could you? That's just mean. Why would you say that? Now I feel bad. Sandy saying, we want video. Look, if I had it. But then again, we do watch a guy fall to his death. I mean, it might be a little rough. You know, it might be a thing maybe we shouldn't play. All right. So today, the company's client list includes companies like GM, Yamaha, and Coca-Cola, according to the Post. I'm curious about what they actually do. I've got to learn to breathe and swallow at different times. In 2017, Sa donated $5 million to Lehigh University to start the Vistex Institute for Executive Learning and Research. Well, isn't that awesome? Mr. Sa's generous gift will enhance Lehigh's ability to deliver high-quality executive education designed to strengthen the skills of business and industry and leaders today. Well, good for you. You made a bunch of fucking money. And now he's dead. Coincidence? Probably. I don't think one has to do with the other there. But at any rate. Okay, time of death was 7-11. Oh, no. No. That is so... Just... Can we be a little sensitive? A man has died. I mean, really. Oh, why would you say that, Declassified Crocs? Why would you say that? I hope he was a Stanley Cup advisor. Three minutes till 4:20, John. Thank you, Saint Caesar. You don't have a video? No, I don't. The story didn't have a video. And again, it was going to show a guy fall out of a golden cage onto a floor and hit his head and die. I don't even know if I can play that. Seems like it'd be rough. And again, I feel like that's going to be a death. Again, it's the dude died, man. A dude died. Like, dude. A dude died, dude. Like, that was a dude, and now that dude is dead. Dude. All right, anyways. Let's get over to this. This has got to be one of the weirdest things I'm seeing right now. So all of the focus in the talk is on the Republican candidates. Apparently, we have Democratic candidates, and I knew about RFK Jr. or whatever, but I bet there was lots of screaming. Yeah, from the audience, I'm sure. I'm sure when they watched their boss take a header on the dais, they went, ooh, this is probably going to affect things going forward. Oh, yes, The Rock is on the board of directors. I actually know about that. He's on the board of directors of TKO now and has the full rights to his own name. Well, hasn't he had the full rights to his own name for a while? I thought he bought the rights to The Rock, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson or whatever. I don't know. At any rate, I have a story that we should get to, but it is about to be 4:20. So in the interest of keeping up appearances, I'm going to start a touch early so it catches up with all of you. Here we go. Well, no, it takes like a minute to go out into the ether, so I'll be behind the times. But I'm going to go right at 4:20, so you'll probably start before me. No, he didn't. It was a handshake deal with him and Vince at the time. Oh, great. Because, yeah, Vince wouldn't steer you wrong. He won't bone you. Just...
Super swap with the
stupid thing about stuff that ladies use for their faces, whatever. Why you want to look nice? What, do you want to attract a man? What are you, a whore?
Duopoly, a two-party system that is literally working against voters. And voters who don't want to show up and vote in primaries and then get frustrated by the choices we have in November, that's part of the problem. We have a crisis of participation. And I got to tell you guys, I went to a Donald Trump rally a couple nights ago. Never been to one. I had an event across the street. I saw the line of people waiting in the cold for hours. And I thought, what the heck? I'm going to be a leader who actually invites people, doesn't condemn them. Met probably 50 Trump people waiting in line. Every single one of them, thoughtful, hospitable, friendly, all of them so frustrated that they feel nobody's listening to them but Donald Trump. A diverse crowd, people who had never been to a Trump event before. My party is completely delusional right now, and somebody had to wake us up, and if that's my job, so be it.
You would rather, though, have Biden in the White House again than Trump in the White House, yes?
Of course.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
Do you think that this...
Okay, so that's where I've got a problem with you right there. Again, my problem is we have one of the most openly corrupt presidents we've ever had. It's right? It's someone farting in church, man. Passing gas between the pews, and we got to stop it. And I would have way more respect for any Democrat that goes, no, it's clear that this administration has done very poorly and the people do not like what this administration has done. And we need, so this whole like Biden over Trump thing, you'd clearly rather have Biden than Trump. Right, because I'm still at the end of the day, I'm still a party shill. I just came out here and said the two-party system is bullshit and it's a part of the problem. But I'm still a part of it at the end of the day, and gotta get that Democrat money.
Bid, what you've done has made President Biden stronger, because that was one of your goals. If it's not going to be you, make him stronger. Have you succeeded in that?
No.
Well, if he would come out and debate and maybe meet voters and actually start showing up, I'm trying to extend an invitation to the president to get in the game. Because if you want to be the president again, the only way to even possibly win is to get out here,
Right,
listen to
what I'm
voters.
asking is, do you think your effort made him stronger?
I'm giving
or
him.
Weaker?
If I did nothing, if nobody entered this race, the Democrats here, Poppy, have turned over hundreds of hours of primetime TV to the GOP. CNN, you guys, doing 1-hour town halls with every single GOP candidate. Every bit of coverage, the GOP.
Right. And you guys, the Democrats, giving Donald Trump even more time with continually chasing after him with your Wile E. Coyote antics, trying to get him arrested for something. But now it's becoming more and more clear, and after today's news came out about the whole, those Democrats investigating January 6th, well, they just deleted, terabytes of data that they had in their January 6th investigation, interviews and things like that. Because, you know, well, we don't want people to see those. Fucking damn it. All right, so, again, are you making Biden stronger or weaker? I don't think he's doing either. Because, again, I don't think anyone knows who this guy is or the fact that he's running. That was news to me.
Because they've got a competitive race. If Democrats had a competitive race right now, which I'm trying to create, we would have energy. If you'd been to my events the last 3 days, you'd see young people carrying signs, rah, rah. We're trying to get something going. The president is doing nothing. And if he's not going to debate...
Yes. Welcome to the last 4 years he's been in office. The one thing he did do was leave Afghanistan because President Orange Man Bad left that fucking hand grenade sitting on the desk, and it blew up in his face.
He's not going to answer questions. How many interviews has he done? He's not doing town halls. He's not showing up. So, yes, I'm trying to do him a favor to show up. And if he does, and he does really well in the primaries, and suddenly his numbers rise and he can beat Donald Trump, my goodness, I'd get behind him in a heartbeat.
Again, you're going to need to get behind him because in case he falls. Also, there's a reason he's not showing up to debate you. Grandpa can't dance, and right now they've got a big problem with the fact that he's going to have to debate Donald Trump. And oh boy, is it going to go bad. It is. I mean, honestly, he's going to have a hearing aid, and they are just going to spoon feed him what to say word for word. Word for word. It's, mark my words, man. I am not a Trumper, but I'm telling you right now, if it ends up being Trump v. Biden, the debates will be bad for Biden. Saint Caesar saying President Biden is busy fulfilling the job or finishing the job and falling over. Mostly just the falling over. 3 years of those was Biden falling over. 3 years of those was Biden falling. Oh, Biden won't debate. Well, if Biden doesn't debate, then it's going to be even worse for him. It's going to be because then Trump just goes, and Biden won't debate. He's scared. He's scared. Oh, President Biden. Oh, he's so scared to debate me. So he's going to eat it. He's going to eat a salty penis if he doesn't debate. It's going to go bad for him. This whole thing going to go bad for him. But again, that guy throwing his hat into the ring last minute. Also be like, well, you know, I'm trying to get something going. RFK tried that, and nobody paid any attention to him either. Alrighty, so we have an interesting story, and then we have a video to get to. We have a story of a judge ruling in favor of a GOP politician who was, quote, arrested for criticizing the sheriff at a public meeting. So this is in Trumbull County, Ohio. And let's see. This is the lady in question, Commissioner Nikki Franchico. Nikki Franchico. Wow. Hey, Nikki. You're looking pretty good. Alrighty, so that's Nikki. Nikki is the lone Republican on a board of 3, and she's really not about keeping her mouth shut and letting business as usual remain business as usual. She had some things to say about the Trumbull County, and her colleagues have not always been impressed with them back in 2022, an inmate had died at the Trumbull County Jail. Instead of ignoring the problem, Francesco took it upon herself to make things right. During a committee meeting, she began reading from a letter written by the deceased inmate's mother, which claimed he had not received adequate health care while locked up. Here's what happened once she said once she had said enough to make the sheriff uncomfortable. The attendees bickered back and forth for a while, and then okay, so we have so she's criticizing the sheriff and the job he did. And then they bickered back and forth, and then what?
Family Services is not posting.
Ms. Frenchco.
What?
Please stand up, please.
Why?
Because I'm requesting you to stand up, please. We're not going to deal with this. You're being very disruptive. You're disrupting the meeting.
I'm
Stand
not.
up. Stand up, ma'am, please. Stand up.
Disrupting a meeting?
That's correct.
She's one of the people on the fucking board. She's one of the... Right. Continue to tell me how Donald Trump's America is the scary world where politicians and journalists get locked up just for being good, honest members of the public and the people. Labglass saying, looks like she has some hangdowns. Look, you're probably absolutely right. She looks like she's probably got an amazing rack, but that's not the point. That's not the point. She has amazing principles behind that rack. Do you see those? Do you see her principles, or are you just focusing on the tatas? And what about the political injustice that's happening to that amazing rack right now? Has that happened to glance upon to your screen, or are you too busy flubbing your chub because, you know, titties?
You're being disruptive. Stand up.
You can be removed for being
stand up
disruptive.
now. Put your phone down, ma'am.
Why?
Put your phone down, ma'am.
This is for my safety. I'd rather go out where there's videos. Do you have a video on?
I do not.
No.
Do you have a video on? I do not. Put your phone down. I don't blame her for filming now, man. You got two alpha male dudes. Just put your phone down. Put your phone down. No one's going to see or hear from you again. Put your phone down.
Down. You're now under arrest for disrupting a public meeting. Phone down. We're going to place you in handcuffs. You are now under arrest for disruption of a public meeting.
Am I going to have a medical? Look, I have.
Do you want us to call a squad for you? Are you having a medical issue?
Jobs and Family Services is not.
I mean, again, explain to me. And what, like, dude, I'm sorry. It's shockingly fitting for a lot of things going on right now. So you have a conservative person who has apparently pissed off all of the other liberal people, and in just a blatant show of, like, I don't give a shit, they literally up and arrested her for, again, doing her job. Anyhow, so she went to court in this, and in a ruling filed Wednesday, federal judge J. Philip Calabrese determined that Francisco's arrest violated the First Amendment, and qualified immunity did not apply to those named in her lawsuit, meaning they could be sued for monetary damages. Awesome! Here in America, we do not arrest our political opponents, Calabrese wrote. Unless you're the president, then you get to. As Nixon said, when the president does it, it's not illegal. Again, whole terabyte. Like, I mean, guys, you're talking to a gamer. You're telling me you got a terabyte of data that you didn't want them to have? A whole terabyte? Ooh, boy. That's videos. Hours of videos. Like a lot of hours. I want to know what we lost. Chevy JB saying, watch people fall on their head all day. Fuck, not my people. Right, I'm saying since we know the man who falls on his head dies, it might not be something I'm supposed to or am able to air without getting in trouble. And I don't want to get in trouble. Kind of my thought. Alrighty. We are flying through the show. We only have an hour left. I got to quit fucking around. So, again, I love this judge. This case tests that long-standing norm, as well as our Constitution's robust protections for free speech that allow us to criticize our representatives and public officials. Calabrese ruled that Francisco's speech, or Frenchco's, how do you read that name? Is protected under the First Amendment, noting that as a commissioner, she has the right to speak on government matters. Right. She wasn't disrupting the meeting. Without question, the disruption that led to Commissioner Francisco's removal and arrest was her speech itself, not just any speech, the speech of an elected official delivered at a public meeting addressing a matter of public concern. Again, great that she got bailed out by the judge. Scary that we live in that world. Weird. Alrighty. Saint Caesar saying, now we don't, no, we don't want Johnny boobs are fantastic. No, we don't, Johnny. Boobs are fantastic. Again, missing it. Black eyes, lifeless eyes, like a doll's eyes. What porn was in those terabytes? I mean, I don't think there was porn in there. I don't think there was porn. Toastmaster suggesting that it was gay porn filmed in the meeting rooms. No. Those films are out. You know why I know it wasn't gay porn filmed in any of the meeting rooms? Because, again, the information was classified or encrypted or whatever, and has been at almost every turn they've done things to keep people from accessing it. So it seems very much like that's not, because with all of the gay porn stuff, by the way, I'm explaining the joke now. It's the gay porn stuff. They put that out there pretty easily. Wasn't very secretive. Alrighty, so we have a show for a little less than an hour, and it was only 1 terabyte. Yeah, it was 1 terabyte, but that's a lot. 1 terabyte is, correct me if I'm wrong, but 1 terabyte is over 500 gigabytes, right? Like 516 or some shit. So 1 terabyte, a lot of fucking space. 1 terabyte could be hours worth of several video cameras. Hours worth of several video cameras. Easily. We could have angles we've never seen before. They have 10 terabytes of porn. Who has 10 terabytes of porn? And how are you so well versed in the amount of porn they have? There are some times where I have bigger questions about this audience than I do about the people we're talking about. How are you? One, I'm jealous of your informational sources, and super happy with the viewership we have today. It is awesome. Thank you all for being part of the show on Twitch and Rumble. We've got all of the chats up. If you say it, we'll see it. We'll read it. And, well, we won't necessarily say it, as Chevy JB proved earlier. Don't ask, Johnny. Well, now I have to because, again, you just kind of...
Twist his dick!
That was up really loud. I'm sorry. You just kind of volunteered that all willy-nilly. Thank you for the 100 bits, by the way. We have a little less than an hour kind of winding down here. Thank you for the 100 bits. Let's get into that was a nice interruption for our segue here. In our ongoing coverage of planes failing to do plane shit, we have a story where apparently apparently the wheel of a Delta Boeing 757 just flew off while it was preparing to take off at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta. The wheel then rolled down the runway. It could have been catastrophic if it happened a few seconds later. So, we have a video for you. This is somebody, I don't know who made this. This is an animation, and again, just the air traffic control, the ATC. Oh, liveatc.net, live air traffic control from their headsets to you. Oh, wow. So some super just dweeb nerd was like, hey, I'm going to listen to this all the time. And then lately it seems like a good bet, and you got yourself one hell of an interesting clip.
Tower, the 75 on the runway just lost their nose tire. This is Delta 798, thanks for that. Delta 982. Tower, sounds like we've got a problem. Yeah, looks like we'll try to taxi clear if we could.
Delta 982, roger. If you'd like, start your taxi down the runway and just let me know.
Roger that. Delta 982, this is the aircraft looking at you. One of your nose tires just came off. It just rolled off the runway behind you. All right, tell you what, let me talk to maintenance. Tower, I'm going to contact our maintenance folks and see if we can get a tow in. Stand by one, please.
Roger, Delta 982.
Tower, this is Delta 1783. You may want somebody to come out. It looks like the nose tire ran off the runway towards the end down there. Tower.
Guys, you might want to figure out what's going on with this tire. It's got a mind of its own. First it escaped the plane. Now it seems like it's just dancing around laughing at us. St. Caesar, so Lizzo was on board. Got it. I mean, really? Really? Lizzo's going to pop one tire? I feel like if the tires were popping or just flat out popping off, we might be able to be like, all right, so we've got Lizzo. That explains it, Houston. I don't know if I'd put Lizzo on the list for this one. Again, this is not the first time that apparently nuts, bolts, rivets, what have you, might not be up to snuff. We might have a few of them that are loose. Oops. What was it? First there was a door. Was it first? No, first there was a mid-air collision between a plane taking off and a plane landing. Then there was a door. Then we have this story. I have one that I didn't get to at one point earlier in the week, and there's a link to it on this thing. Where is it? So where is the yes, here we go. A Boeing 747-8 airliner caught fire leaving Miami, and somebody got a video. So we've got to go to this one. I forgot to cover this, maybe? I thought I had planned to cover this. We'll watch it on Twitter. So here's a video from Twitter. This is from Miami, Florida, from January 19th. Miami, Florida on January 19th.
Oh my God, it's on fire. Oh my God. Sorry. It's on fire. Mom. Holy shit. I hope they're okay. I wonder if they're doing an emergency. Oh. No, it's still doing it.
Yeah. That baby is burning. Ooh. So Pete Buttigieg is doing a wonderful job of being transportation secretary, says Trucker 18-Wheeler. The rivets on the show this morning were Bluetooth rivets. I mean, what do you mean they were Bluetooth rivets? Gotta love inclusivity, employment. They only just announced it. You can't tell me they announced it a couple days ago and Tard started preemptively fucking shit up. What happened to it? Well, let's, did I close that? Yeah, didn't I? Okay, the Boeing 7 to... Okay, so here we go. There's the story. There's the video clip. When things fall apart, they tend to do so slowly at first and once, then we're entering all at once with plane accidents. Alrighty. Catches sparks shooting out during mid-flight. It departed from... I need to know. It departed from Miami Airport around 10:46 a.m. The plane immediately circled back and landed at Miami International Airport. The flight was en route to San Juan, Puerto Rico at the time. No injuries have been reported. So the plane made it back just fine. Oh, and the plane was a cargo jet with no passengers or flight attendants on board when the incident occurred. Only the pilots. Oh, my God. The inspection post-flight revealed a softball-sized hole in the number 2 engine of the Boeing 747, which experienced an engine fire over Miami late Thursday. So, again, there was a softball-sized hole. What caused the softball-sized hole? All right, then. All right, so we did that one. Let's close that out. Holy crap, we're done with our second hour stories. Ain't that amazing? So there we go there. And boop. Because we already finished the first hour ones, didn't we? I loaded the second hour ones, and we finished the first hour ones. Yep. We just finished the second hour stories. This is awesome. We're having a great time. All right, so we're going to clear out the second hour stories. Let's get those out of the way. Boop, boop, boopity, boop. And we've got to load our third hour. That hole was as big as a mason jar. Okay. Are you suggesting someone made that hole with a mason jar? Again, what made the hole? I'm less concerned with how big it was and more concerned with what made the softball-sized hole in the engine, in the side of the engine. All right. Anyhow, we have our third hour stories. I'm going to pull the audio down a little bit while we get these out. We have a little bit more than 45 minutes left in the show. I don't know how many of these we're going to get to. We're going to cover as many as we can. We have a story about the atomic scientists have moved the doomsday clock the closest it's ever been to midnight. And that's just one of these things, like, this periodically becomes a story. It's been doing so, like, since the 80s, in my recollection, where every once in a while it's like, they've moved the doomsday clock even closer to midnight. Okay, so, but at what point do we reach the end of closer to midnight? Is my question. And I'm looking at this, and it sounds like they haven't actually moved it. They're just keeping it where it is. Okay, so they keep it as close to midnight as ever. Right, we haven't backed it off. Ooh. This is even less of a story now. I'm gonna have to make fun of you guys for how, like, oh my God, we're 90 seconds to the end of the world. Yeah, it's the end of the world as we know it. I mean, dude, it's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. And I feel fine. Ding, 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 ding. All right, so let's unmute this. And let's hear from the doomsday clock. This lady, screams like crazy, like a sack full of cats. All right. Let's just say if you're trying to sell me on you guys being serious and this being a serious issue, this lady looks fucking nuts. She looks nuts. Why is... Oh, I muted it. Jesus Christ, now I'm going to do...
And continue to shape this year. The risks of last year continue with unabated ferocity and continue to shape this year. Today, we once again set the doomsday clock to express a continuing and unprecedented level of risk. It is 90 seconds to midnight.
Right.
When we set the clock last year, there were major concerns that nuclear weapons could be used in Ukraine. And today's clock setting was still overshadowed by the war.
Again, I don't know if you know this, but if you've been at 90 seconds for a couple of years, how long do those seconds last? I mean, your clock doesn't seem very accurate. It can't keep time. Can't wait. Oh, Jesus Christ, voice. Yes, voice cracks totally helping right now. Can't wait for some Boeing 77 videos. They have 3D printed engines. Wait a minute, what? They have 3D printed engines? Am I the only one who thinks that doesn't sound particularly safe? You printed... Hold on. I'm putting my camera back on for this. Do you have a link for this? Can you give me a link to this? I need some facts. 3D printed engines? I mean, sure, for like collectibles and stupid shit, and if Joe Blow wants to make a lower receiver for his fucking gun, I guess okay. But 3D printed engines? I don't even trust the idea. Like, if someone's like, hey, man, I made this gun with a 3D printer, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not going to be near that when you fire that thing. Oh, no, dude, it's totally safe. Is it, though? Is it, though?
In Ukraine, but also the war in Gaza, which has caused enormous human suffering and could lead to a broader conflict. Many weapon states are currently pursuing extensive modernization and expansion programs that will really, for the first time since the end of the Cold War, and essentially providing the infrastructure that could last until 2100. There's now talk in Washington that the U.S. nuclear arsenal will have to increase also in order to match the arsenals of Russia and China combined.
Great. So again, so the clock didn't move forward at all. All of this is getting worse. But the clock didn't move forward. Good on driving, says Cheeseburger Pie. What do you mean good on driving? All right, dude looks like a lady or the other way around. I mean, no, kind of effeminate, but can't wait for some cheeseburger. I'm still on the 3D printed engines. All right, so more fear mongering. Yeah, it does feel kind of like it's just fear mongering because again, the big bad of this article was they have they've gone and kept the clock at 90 seconds. Hold on to your butts. Cheeseburger, I'm driving. Oh. Well then don't text on your phone. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. But thank you, Cheese. Please don't keep texting into the show if you're driving. Oh no, the day after. All right, so let's go. Not a whole lot left in this. What do you have left for us, buddy?
So in many ways, we're setting ourselves up for a three-way arms race, which is unprecedented and quite concerning. So the picture is quite bleak on the nuclear side this year.
AI has lots of potential for magnifying corruption in the information environment and making the disinformation problem worse.
So the doomsday clock starts out with a white lady talking about how we have chosen to keep it where it is. Then we cut to a quasi-German dude talking about the dangers of mankind. Then we cut to a Chinese guy talking about the dangers of AI. Someone already said this in the chat. It seems like all of the people talking at this thing are kind of the people in charge of, like, the AI and the weapons and stuff. Like, you guys could, stop. Just saying.
And that's really bad because the threat multiplier effect means that we're not going to be able to solve other hard problems like nuclear war and climate change. And so that's really tough. I have to note that any physical threat to existence from AI has to come because somebody chose to hook AI up to the physical world.
Right. Kind of like somebody chose to stop hijacking my show with literally fucking shoehorning your videos coming at me. Man, I am literally trying to do this atomic story, and now we're on a video of a driver being rescued from San Diego's floods. Great. We're not doing a driver flooding video thing. We're doing the thing we're doing. What the heck is that? Oh, it's the cat. Well, what's up, kitty? Alrighty. Why isn't the private jets having any problems? Well, because the private jets get seen to all the time by people who know what they're doing and care. Those that control the weapons also good on driving. I'm driving. Yep, up. It's fine. It's a Tesla. Oh, great. Wait a minute. You have a fucking Tesla? How does Cheeseburger Pie have a Tesla? Doomsday cult praying for the end. I mean, I don't know if they're praying for the end, but they're warning about it. But it's just some of the stuff that they're like, and we have to protect from this. I'm like, yeah, but that's not a thing in the way that you say it is. Even the big bad of like, oh, guys, all of those fires in Canada. Oh, unprecedented amount of forest fires in Canada. Oh, that's got to be the global warming creating the perfect situation. Yeah, no, it turns out it was a fucking nut job. And whoopsie-doodles. Alrighty. So thank you for being part of the show. We've got a half hour left. We still got a bunch of shit to get into. The first one being, I thought there was a video on this. I'm not happy if there's no video on it. I would rather have a video. I don't want to rip and read this, but we might go through this really quick. Okay, I guess so. All right, so we're just going to read this really, really quick. Music star Chris Young was charged with assaulting an officer, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. And this is, again, for something that happened, I guess, Monday night. Monday night in Nashville. Musician Chris Young was arrested Monday night at a popular Nashville bar in Tennessee. The I'm Coming Home singer was hit with 3 charges: disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and assaulting an officer, after being arrested by the Alcoholic Beverage Commission, ABC. You got arrested by the Alcoholic Beverage Commission? So, like, somebody was there just keeping an eye on, like, checking liquor sales, and they're like, all right, you've had enough. I'm going to arrest you. Young, 38, is expected to appear in court with regard to the charges on February 16th. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, I don't want to read that story. Agents of the Alcoholic Beverage Commission entered the Tin Roof Bar at around 8:30 p.m. Monday to complete a compliance check, according to the arrest affidavit obtained by Fox News. Yep, like I said, they were there just doing their own thing, making sure you're selling to people of age, making sure everything's great, just checking the compliance. I'm in full compliance here. And then instead, they had to go off on this guy. An agent approached Young, who was holding his ID card above his head. After checking the ID for age requirements, the agent handed the card back to the country music singer, who then began asking the agents questions. While asking questions, Young was recording the ABC agents, the document states. Oh, they won't like that. Government agents don't like it when you record them, and they're not for it because that's not when they want. After completing the check, the agents moved on to another bar to continue completing compliance checks. Young and a group of people followed the agents to the doghouse. Oh, God, no. They left. Why did you follow? Why did you follow? After completing the checks, they moved to another bar. Right. While attempting to leave the establishment, an agent said Young put his arm to block his exit and allegedly struck him. So now you're punching people. The ABC agent said he pushed the musician back to create distance, and other bar patrons became involved. So you started a shoving match in a bar on a Monday night with people who are only drinking to drown out the pain. You literally said, hey, let's start a shoving match. Young had to be physically detained with handcuffs while his associates continued to make the situation hostile, according to the ABC affidavit. Mr. Young's eyes were bloodshot and watery, as well as having blurred speech. You mean slurred speech? He had blurred speech, so you couldn't quite make out what his speech looked like? It was blurry? He had blurred speech. I have trouble talking, and even me, I'm reading that like, all right, nobody thought about this. All right, a representative for the musician did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Young gained fame after winning the singing competition Nashville Star in 2006. He went on to sign with RCA Records Nashville and released his debut album that same year. The country musician's first single, Drinking Me Lonely, first peaked at 45 on the Billboard Hot Country chart before later reaching the #1 spot. In total, Young has released 8 studio albums. He released his most recent album, Famous Friends, in 2021. And that's all we have. So apparently Young is getting old. His words were all blurry. Yeah, his words were all blurry, god damn it. Oh, cheeseburger pie with 3D printed engines. 3D printed parts. Okay, but what parts? Are we talking like hose fasteners? What are we talking about? GE Aviation has announced that an American multinational aerospace giant, Boeing, has completed the first flight of its 77X jet powered by twin GE9X engines. The engines are equipped with over 300 3D printed parts. The airplane is the world's largest twin-engine jetliner and passenger plane. 2 previous attempts at getting the 77X airborne were made. However, the tests were postponed due to high winds. The airplane took off from Payne Field in Everett, Washington on January 25th of 2020. On behalf of the GE team, congratulations to Boeing on the first flight of the 777X. Alrighty, so over 300 printed parts. Over 300. Considering we can't get the little wiry fasteners to lock the bolts down, I'm sure we'll have no problems with the 3D printed parts at all. $300. I'm just not going to fly. You know what? I'm just not going to fly. Because good God, it seems like, why would you? Holy fucking shitballs. All right. Well, thank you for watching the show. Please give the thumbs up, the likes, the subscribes if you're having a good time. We have a fair amount of people, not a whole lot of. If you're in the program, maybe give it a thumbs up. We'd appreciate that. We have about 30 minutes left in the show. We just got done talking about Chris Young. We have a couple of other stories to get into, and let's clear that over here and see what one. Oh, good God, that's going to be fun. No, I don't want to talk about that at all. Oh, the ad stopped. It's freaked out. That won't be a problem. I would consider that a 3D printed engine. No, cheeseburger pie, you got a point there. Over 300 parts, that's a significant number of pieces. Yeah, I would consider that a very, very largely 3D printed engine. I would have to hear what those parts were to maybe lose a little bit of my my nervousness there. It's just a giant jet. What could go wrong? "3D printed engine." Lab glass. Sorry, Johnny. Hard to chat. Masturbate and drive at the same time. I mean, I wouldn't do that. Or tell me about it. I feel like I don't need to be involved. Happy trails? Come trails. Oh, boo. All right, all right, so we've got a fun little video there. Oh, I didn't know it was a motivational tactic. I thought it was something kinky. I thought we were going to have fun with something kinky. Teenage what was it? Teenage Cave Girls in the Raw. Kinky. Name that movie. All right, up. We've got those. We'll do this. So we'll cut to this one first, and then we'll get to the video one. I normally wouldn't read stories from the LA Times, but this one is hilarious. And before we read it, just for context, more than 800,000 people have left California in 2022. That's 2022. I don't think the 2023 numbers are finalized and out yet, but I'm sure they will be probably just as bad. And that should be where the funny news ends, right? Unfortunately, it's not. It really isn't. Oh, God, I didn't have the audio up for that. The laugh track, I didn't have the audio up for that. You know what? I do have a laugh track. It's hard to reach, but I keep it for emergencies like this. Where are you? So there you go. Sorry about that, Wilmer. I apologize. All right, so back to what I was saying. Los Angeles Times letters editor Paul Thornton implored Californians leaving the state to stop criticizing it on the way out. Oh, my God. To the people leaving California, may the road rise to meet you as you seek better lives in new places. Now, can you please extend some goodwill to those of us who remain? Thornton asked in a Saturday piece headlined commentary. If you want to leave, fine, but don't insult California on your way out. Well, I mean, they're leaving because they have to. So they're insulting it because they're pissed. They liked the weather. They didn't mind the people. Maybe I don't know about the homeless ones. Maybe even some of them didn't mind the homeless ones, you know? They liked the weather. They didn't mind the people. It was all fucking roses. But you guys kept taxing them and taking that money and screwing shit up and not doing anything about the homeless people. And now they're leaving. They're moving if they can. Don't insult California on the way out. Well, if you would learn and change, they wouldn't have to move. And by the way, your state's talking about trying to tax people retroactively to get money from people who've already left. So yeah, fucking rip on Canada all day long. He went on to describe how staggering numbers of Californians are fleeing to other states. More than 800,000 Californians moved away in 2022. And many thousands more left last year. Often, the departees cash in hand from the sale of their $1 million bungalows feel the need to express disdain for their home state, and even some anger, too, he wrote. Right, because for the past few years, they've been sticking it out, paying the taxes on their $1 million bungalow. Thank you for the attempt, Lab Glass. Off by a country mile. Thank you for the 100 bits. Long way from a sticker party. So there's that. So yeah, of course they bitched because they've gotten a larger house for less money in a different place where they're now living. And they're like, you know what? I'm moving somewhere else and I'm going to complain about everything I hate here because, again, I had to fucking move. They think they're the federal government trying to tax people after they've left, right? And they're not the federal government. They're a state government, which is why I'm like, how do you square that? I don't know. All right. More than 8,000 800,000. It's more than 750,000. Thornton went on to describe a relative of his whom about having to relocate to a smaller town in another state far away, but being warned against bringing those weird California ways to his neighborhood. Oh, what? And which would those be, Thornton asked rhetorically. Perhaps it's our embrace of LGBTQ plus Californians, or it's our liberal politics. The state Republican Party shrunk to irrelevance after its vicious attempt in the 1994 to marginalize immigrants with Proposition 187. Proposition 187, which passed by almost 60%, but blocked by the courts from ever going into effect, proposed denying state social services to illegal immigrants. Since then, California has expanded access to government benefits and services to illegal immigrants. The Golden State started the new year by granting illegal immigrants free health care despite the state's looming $68 billion deficit. This new policy will cover sex change surgeries for California residents without regard for their citizenship status. Awesome. Glad we're chopping off all the dicks. Perhaps I'm sensitive because California, especially Los Angeles, used to be the place people would come, Thornton wrote, and plenty still move here, especially immigrants. Right, because you keep giving them free shit, so the immigrants are gladly coming. I come from an immigrant family blessed by the working class riches our state once offered. He touted California again as a place where putting, quote, progressive ideals in political practice remains the key goal. And notice how your political practice is paying off, sir. I love how he gets halfway towards realizing a point, and then right when it's about to get there, he beats his face on it and forgets what the fuck he was doing. California is big, powerful, and therefore tempting to disparage. We have 39 million people, Hollywood and Shohei Ohtani. I had no idea what that... This state is a haven for reproductive and LGBTQ plus rights, but income disparity and the housing crunch are critical problems we have to fix for progressive ideals to match the reality on the ground, he said. Right, it's because we're not doing enough. And everybody you're taxing to do it is leaving. The only people coming are the ones who don't have anything. Don't bring your Cali trash to the next state. I mean, I guess the short answer to that person would have been yes. If you must leave California for Texas, Arizona, New England, or anywhere else, don't be a person who trash talks the home of 39 million people, he pleaded. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, California lost a net of 75,423 people in 2023. So no matter how many immigrants have flooded in 2023, they still lost 75,000 people. Again, it's kind of like nobody likes this California thing except the people who, again, don't understand how their shit doesn't work. Like, what do you mean we're in debt? What do you mean we can't afford to keep the lights on? You can't afford shit because you can't balance a budget. But money's just a thing, so just, like, make more of it. $68 billion deficit. The Port of California is responsible for so much income. Between that and Hollywood and the money that comes off of that business, you guys are $68 billion in the hole. What happens when the federal government goes, you know what, we're cutting you off, California. Your debt's too high. We can't approve you anymore. I mean, it would be ironic considering our debt's, pretty fucking bad ourselves. I mean, we're just like the 34 trillion, It's terrible here, Johnny. Illegals just sitting around doing nothing, catcalling at people driving and walking by. again, I don't have a problem with immigrant families moving in, provided they moved in, like, you know, the right way and they had, like, I don't know, a plan. If they're just showing up and sitting on a street and they literally just walked in here and we don't have an ID or any idea of who you are, kind of a little bit of a different situation. Kind of different. And again, buddy, don't trash talk the home of 38 million people. If your home is a pile of dog shit, and again, you live in what is considered a paradise kind of area for the sake of its climate, its seasonal weather, stability, that kind of stuff. So to sit there and be like, hey, I was really happy here. I really liked it here, but now it's impossible to afford anything. It's impossible to be able to live here. And although I really like my friends in the area, I'm uprooting my whole life. Why wouldn't you be pissed? Why wouldn't you, bitch? I would. And the guy is missing the biggest point of this. The reason they're bitching is because, as you said, California is a haven where all of your liberal ideas and policies are given a chance. And spoiler alert, they're not working. All right. So we've got about 10 minutes left in the show. There is a pair of kids that I don't know if they've gone viral or whatever, but a pair of kids that have made the rounds on at least one news site for their amazing Sports Center caliber highlights in the living room for their basketball. So we're going to go to Twitter. We're going to see this. How much of this do we have? Oh, this is 30 seconds. Oh, we're going to have to find more stuff to talk about then. Because this is not what I was expecting. We'll go over to this and see how we go. First, let's catch up on the chat. Better yet, don't try to make wherever you go like California. Yeah, that's what I would say, Toastmaster. But there is a severe problem with a lot of these people from California being like, well, we just have to go here and push our ideals here and make sure they don't get screwed up this time. And it's like, or don't. Again, I feel like if you're someone leaving California, you should realize that that state and the way they do everything, huge part of the problem. Lab Glass, our state can't figure out how to spend a surplus. No, Lab Glass, the state has plenty of ideas on how to spend the surplus. What they can't figure out is how all the politicians can carve off their own little piece of the pie along the way. I guarantee you, Walls and all of them Democrat assholes are pocketing some money along the way, or they have a friend who owns the company. Again, so just, yeah, whatever. It's not the right kind of communism. Right, if we just try it again in a different place, only more communist this time, it'll be better. It sucks, but all the women that cross the border are all used up and pregnant by the time they get this far north, says Mr. Q. That's just... now I just feel dirty for reading that. I'm going to wipe the chat screen. Oh, dear God, I disavow, sir. I'm sure there's plenty of tight trim coming across the border. Not a lot. I mean, most of it's mangina, but if you're willing to wait till they're legal, I'm sure some of the younger ones are still of what we call prime packaging. But again, you're going to have to wait a little while because some of them are incredibly young. Again, why worry about it? I mean, if you're just parking your dick in it, all that matters is it comfy? I mean, that's what... Tight, loose. Did you have a good time? Then who cares? Who cares? All right, let's go to, again, apparently amazing shots of living room basketball. Who's filming this? Who's filming this? Because these shots are interesting and great, nice toss, nice land. Who's filming this? over the light, almost nothing but net. And a layup. I mean, come on, man. This is impressive for indoor basketball. And whoever these two, I'm assuming gay guys are, like, good on them for being this committed to a sport they can't really play, but they're committed to their little living room version. Again, I need to know, who the fuck is filming this? Who's filming it? Mr. Q saying, no, they have R-word trees. Terrible thing to learn about. Is it sad that I have a little basketball hoop in my apartment? No, it's not sad. A little basketball hoop in your apartment, playing a little indoor apartment or house basketball, that's totally fine. The thing I'm weirded out about is I can't figure out for the life of me the camera angles. Who the fuck is filming? Do they have a drone? Do they have a drone? I still have my laundry hamper hoop, too. Hey, man, laundry hamper hoop is just making a chore fun. You can't complain about a laundry hamper hoop. What am I, an asshole? Drone. Yeah, Mr. Q. His dad's got to be remarkably tall to be getting these angles. Again, it's like, here, I'll go back to show you what I'm talking about. Look at this. Look at this angle. He's on line with this this floor railing thing here. And when we see the other shot, I don't think there's a banister that he can just be hanging out over. Right? So here we go. So when we go from... All right, now that's the other side. So he was what? He was on the stairs? Where is he over here? Because I got a question for you. Over there. He ain't over here when he's filming over there. See, because we're over here, and then we're over there. How are you getting that angle? No, I'm sorry. Something is severely fucked here. Again, I'm really worried that it's got to be a drone. But Bib Scion saying drone. Yes, you called it right as I typed it. Yeah, it's got to be a drone. Even editors have gone to shit. Thank you, Chevy JB. Thank you for that. There must be cameras set up on the banister. But they're panning and they're moving. I'm going to have to land on drone because anything else would be fucking weird and it wouldn't make sense. All right, we're going to go look at this for the last video that we're going to watch today. So we've got a video of two immigrants. And apparently, they're upset to learn that Texas National Guard is now in charge of the area. And so apparently they get told pretty much to fuck off. And they don't like it. I mean, Texas was seized Shelby Park on January 10th. It is blocking off the federal government from the area while they arrest illegals and build walls with razor wires on the border. Okay, so let's cut to this video. Oh, this was on CBS News in Texas. Interesting.
That was a case about a mile upstream from Shelby Park where we met a pair of migrants named Edwin and Wilmer from Guatemala who say they were looking for another area to cross where they wouldn't be immediately arrested. Ahora, ¿cuál es el plan? What's your plan right now? To go look for Border Patrol?
Yeah, we just want to come into the country. We don't want to do it somewhere where we might be arrested, especially anywhere that might look into our histories. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't want to just let these two dudes in without looking into who they are, okay?
No sé, a migración nos dijeron
So what they just said is that they're walking along the border here. They're looking for Border Patrol agents so that they can surrender to them. They're going to keep going upstream here. Obviously, they can't cross here because of the barbed wire. Those responsible for the enforcement here say it's working, with numbers of crossings dramatically dropping. But for migrant advocates and Eagle Pass residents like America Garcia, this scale of operation is just too heavy-handed.
Yeah, that's what you get in response to 3 years of nobody doing anything. The dude on the left didn't look Mexican, says Mr. Q. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know their ethnicities of any of them. I wasn't assuming ethnicities of anybody. I don't even bother now with how many of it's like Uganda or wherever else the fuck they're from. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to assume anybody's from it. How many of them are Chinese? I'm not going to assume. Not going to assume anything. My friends use them to film us, surfing. They're amazing. Yeah, I mean drones are awesome. I just fucking bougie way to play indoor basketball. That's one tan Mexican.
Would not have expected that this was possible in a democratic country.
Walking through the border with getting no resistance whatsoever shouldn't be possible in a democratic country. That shouldn't be possible either. She's all for all of this stuff until it starts, I'm guessing until it starts really taxing her, until the bill comes due on her end, and then all of a sudden, we'll have a problem. Anyways, that is, at any rate, so that's that story. We got done with that. Hey, cool. We've just about finished our first hour stories. We only have one, and I don't think I want to keep it anyway. So that's garbage anyhow. So we'll be back. Really? Saint Caesar, you felt now was the right time for that? Really? Really? I mean, this is an adult program, man. We're trying to be adults. We're trying to have a good time. You're farting in the middle of class, and we're already done. It'd be over by now, but we can't be over now because we have to talk about the elephant in the room, and it's your ass gas. And I don't even know why such a thing. I mean, see, I didn't even get my phrase in. Are we?
Game over.
What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking! How did you so fucking fuck? Fuck! Game
Fuck
over,
off.
man. Game over.
I'm a 50 terabyte self-evolving neural network double backflip off the high platform.
You invincible headshot scripted cheater.